God bless, guys. God bless, God bless, God bless. Welcome back to the Apologetic Arena Live. I'm your host, Israel. You can also call me King Context. And today, again, we're going to be back showing you how to defend your faith as a Christian against Islam. We're going to be continuing with our theme of Women Wednesday. We'll be bringing up callers in a moment. And I've got a special guest with me today, Brother Maverick. Say hello to the people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much, Brother Israel, for having me on your channel. Always an honor to be invited here, man.
Anytime. So listen, guys, the link is pinned in the chat section. If you are watching and you want to call in, feel free to call in. We can have a conversation about why Islam could never honor women as much as Christianity does. Feel free to call in. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And obviously, as always, I'm going to say this, especially on the Islam streams, make sure you are sharing this out, guys, because just like last time, they reported the live stream 3 times. They wanted to shut us down that much. So, guys, as you come in, make sure you like it, share this with someone, and don't forget to subscribe, obviously, if you like this sort of content. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. All right, cool. So, as is the custom, before the Muslims get a bit too sensitive, we're just going to play a quick video. And this is the video which pretty much started all of this. And for the Muslims who are no doubt going to come on and say, well, oh yeah, man, like, why are you talking about Islam? Why are you blah, 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 etc. All of the stuff they love to say. We need them to keep the same energy for stuff like this.
Hey, brother, is there somebody is requesting up, just so you know?
Yeah, I'll bring him up in a second. Be patient, Huss. Be patient. All right. So let's just play this video quickly and then we can jump into it. And thank you all for those who are already writing comments and sending in hearts and liking it and all that good stuff. I know, obviously, it goes a long way. So thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Okay, let's watch this video, guys, quickly.
Take the surname of the husband. In Islam, the mother, there's a saying of the Prophet that says, paradise lies under the feet of the mother. Somebody asked the Prophet, with regards to who deserves my companionship, my time, to the mother. Said, who next? Your mother. Who next? Your mother. Who next? Your father. This is the rights that are given to the mother. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, the best of you are those that are good to their women. In Islam, the rights of the women are more so than what was there at the time and what is even there today as well, because at the time when Islam gave the rights, later, about 1,000 years later, that's when women were allowed to vote. In fact, 300 years, in fact longer, in Europe they were debating if women even had souls, if they were even human beings. But Muslims were saying paradise lies under the feet of your mother. The best of the people are the ones that are good to their women folk. This is unheard of 1400 years ago.
Like it surprises me, bro, still every time I hear this video. Just the nonsense.
Yeah.
The nonsense.
Yeah. The slogans, the slogans instead of history is insane, man.
All right. Anyway, so I'll bring that video back up anyway. At least I'll mention it later on. So that is a good question, Zara. Why on earth is he lying? I don't know. Pick, thank you for following. Appreciate you. Church of the Nazarenes in Chicago, thank you for liking it. Maverick, obviously, thank you for liking it. Josh, thank you for liking it. Guys, thank you for liking it and doing all that good stuff. It goes a long way. I appreciate you. All right, so let's go to the first caller, it seems. Hold on a second. All right. Hey.
Yep.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm blessed, bro.
Good to hear, man. So, about that video you just showed, man, I don't understand the issue. It's saying paradise lies at the feet of your mother, which is true.
Okay.
So what was the issue there?
The issue is, he titled the video, Islam honors women more than Christianity. And he didn't mention a single Bible verse. That's one of the big issues. You think that's...
Okay. Well, I can give you a Bible verse right now.
Do you think that's... Huss?
Yeah.
Do you think that's good of him to do?
I mean, like, he could be right, honestly.
He could be right.
Could be right.
All right. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
What are you talking about?
Pick one. Pick a number.
Can we go to the discussion we had the other day?
No. That's not the topic for today, man. Come on.
This it is, bro.
Haas,
Over a span of 3 days,
Maverick,
we had this discussion about.
Just to give everyone context, right? I spoke to Haas first time about, you know, where Muhammad says women are the dumbest people he's ever seen.
Yeah. He never says that, but all right.
We spoke about that one time. He came back. He said some stuff. I went to research it. We spoke again for an hour. Why do you want to talk about that again? That's not even on the docket today, bro, man.
No. You dropped me after I proved my point, right? That's not how it works. You didn't learn anything. You never seen. Bro,
you said to me initially, Maverick. He was trying to say, "Oh, you know what? The word for deficient, akul in Arabic, doesn't mean what it clearly means."
Yeah, words don't mean words in those conversations.
Even though,
wait, hold on.
Even though the way the Quran uses it is consistent with how we're saying the hadith says. No,
because I used it the way the Quran used it, and you want to use it the way everyone else uses it, right? You just said the opposite of what the whole truth was.
Many times in the Quran, bro, that word akul is used to talk about reason.
Okay, now I brought up Surah Baqarah when it talks about, listen.
Bro, the receipts are there, bro. The receipts are there.
Exactly.
It's online.
Right, bro. It's online. Let me speak, bro.
Haas,
Let me speak, bro. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, bro.
Oh, look, Haas, just pick 1 to 4, man. Let's get the show.
Hold on. Just let me.
No. Just pick 1 to 4. 1 to 4.
Hold on. No. If you said something wrong, I gotta correct you,
bro.
If you don't want to be corrected, that's fine, bro. I gotta correct you though.
Come on, man. Come on.
No, you can't just lie to your viewers, bro. Don't lie to your viewers.
Okay.
Haas, you gotta respect. You gotta respect the topic. I told you this when you called my show before. You gotta respect it. You can't just tell the host what he's gonna talk about. Exactly. So
come on, man.
You gotta.
We were talking about this. We were talking about how he thinks Islam is best for women, right? I'm just trying to bring this up again.
So we're trying to get into it, bro. Who's running, bro? We've spoken for nearly 2 hours on this topic. What are you talking about? You didn't
learn a single thing, bro. You dropped me after I proved you wrong.
All right.
That's not how it works.
The live streams are there. The clips are there. Come on, man. Pick 1 to 4.
You didn't post a single thing. Post every single clip, bro.
1 to 4.
Post it.
And imagine, Mav. He's saying,
I don't have an issue.
Mav, he's saying I'm lying.
Debunking you on everything.
I didn't cut one thing out of any of our live streams or clips.
You didn't post anything, though. That's the problem.
Don't you stream it on YouTube? Didn't you stream it on YouTube as well? Because
that's what I'm talking about. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, you streamed it. And then you dropped me after I proved you wrong, bro. Come on. Why didn't you post it? Why didn't you post it, bro?
Bro, everyone's laughing at you. You do know that, right?
No, why didn't you post it?
Bro, 1 to 4, man. Come on.
Why did you not post it, bro?
Haas, look, we've had two conversations before which have been
Both
reasonable.
of those conversations, I slammed you, bro.
Okay.
I slammed you in both of those conversations.
Okay, bro. The receipts are there for anyone to go and watch in their own leisure.
If the receipts are there, post the receipts.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Haas, if you're saying you continue to tell him that he didn't post it, do you know what a VOD is? A VOD?
What's a VOD, bro?
I was gonna say you don't know what that is.
A VOD is basically on YouTube when you stream, or on Twitch or anywhere when you stream. After you're done streaming, it basically counts as an uploaded video, and there's no way for him to remove anything from there unless he goes into the YouTube studio. But then that would have been obvious, right? So,
okay, but where is it at? Where is it on YouTube, right?
When you say he didn't post, then go find it. What you want me to send you a link?
Okay, it's there. I will find it, but you got slammed. It's as easy as that, bro. You got debunked in front of like 30, 40 people.
I got debunked.
You got debunked,
I got debunked so hard. That's why you're running away from picking a number.
Right.
Come on, man. 1 to 4.
I don't have it. Listen.
1 to 4, man. Come on.
Israel. I don't have an issue. Debunking you on anything else that's on your mind, right? I just want to finish our conversation.
All right.
Why don't you want to finish the conversation?
Not today, bro.
No, what do you mean? No, why don't you? Okay, we can DM about this later. Why don't you want to finish our conversation? Just tell me why. Just tell me why, bro. Tell me why you don't want to finish the conversation. Or you can admit that I'm right and we can move on.
Why would I ever do that? Come on, bro.
What? Oh yeah, that's a good question. Why would a Christian
Mav, you know the funniest thing about this? When I first spoke to him, yeah, I gave him this example. I was giving them all examples. If you have one man and you've got 2 women who equal one man, how much is a woman? He said 0.5. He was tracking the whole way until we got to the hadith, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Oh no, you don't mean that." All right, come on, Haas, man. Look, enough with the games now. Because if
which
not,
verse were you guys talking about? Incidentally, which one was?
what was it?
He's saying that he's,
two. What is it? 228 or no? Not 228.
282.
Yeah, I think it was that. We talked about that. We talked about the hadith. But yeah.
And then he brought up a hadith saying that it meant like intellect in general, just like their general knowledge.
In general.
And I explained to you, I gave you proof, I gave you evidence, I gave you quotes that it's referring to 282, and you ran away and you dropped me, bro.
Yeah,
like that's not how it works, bro.
I ran. Really,
you ran, bro. You were like, you can call in another time. I called in another time. We had the same discussion.
Hit the like button.
Another time.
Send the hearts in.
Can you respect this?
All that good stuff, man. All that good stuff.
Yeah, can you
hold on. He came at me disrespectfully first.
Who was disrespectful?
I'm done talking to this.
No, I'm not gonna run away from the conversation that you're trying to run away from, bro.
All right.
We either continue our convo or not, bro. Or we can just DM about it later.
All right, bro. I ain't DMing you, bro. I told you already.
You know that I'm right, bro.
We can talk, bro.
The proof is there on your YouTube, bro.
All right, Huss. When you're ready to answer,
we can talk, bro. I'm trying to speak to you
when
about
you're ready
this,
to answer the questions, bro. Come back. I don't know what's wrong with him. Who's this? Aya said add me, and then you went away.
It's dude. That has been nonstop. Like I think like I would say at least 50 to 60% of the people that I accept now never actually load into the app. I don't know what's going on.
Imagine saying pick 1 to 4 is disrespectful. This is
because,
what Islam is at.
The thing about it is, man, is that they unfortunately are getting more and more into this arrogance that they believe that they can show up to people's lives and tell those people what they're going to talk about, and really that kind of relates very much to your prompt, Israel, because Islamic culture is such that they're so used to dominating over people when they talk, especially females, that they feel like they can do that to other people, which is why for a long time I used to tell them, brother, I'm not wearing a hijab. You're not going to talk over me. You're not going to talk past me. You know what I mean? Because without even realizing it, that's where they get it from. They puff their chest out and they talk to people like they're talking to somebody wearing a hijab. That doesn't work in the Western world, Yo,
what are you talking about?
Apparently, hello?
Yo, why are you talking about Islam like that?
How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, what about you?
I'm blessed. Are you a Muslim?
Good. What?
Are you a Muslim? Okay, what kind of Muslim are you? Are you a Sunni or a Shia?
Sunni.
Okay. So you accept Quran and Hadith?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, what's the problem with what we're talking about today?
Because why are you saying Islam is bad for women when...
Can I show you?
Yeah,
Can I tell you why?
Yeah, tell me the lies.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on, guys. TikTok are saying they can't hear, which is strange.
You might be deaf.
Nah. Guys, I ain't changed anything.
TikTok.
All right, hold on a second. Hold on.
Yo, why are you talking Islam about that?
I'm gonna show you in a moment.
Yeah,
just hold on a second.
Yeah,
hang on, Israel. Let me. I'll read you my phone right now before you change anything. Let me see, because it might just be that one person. Hang on.
Right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's just that one person. Don't worry about it.
Be quiet, fam.
You can hear on TikTok, man. You can hear them.
Yeah, I can hear. I raised up the volume on my phone and I can hear Arya.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So pick 1 to 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I don't know.
Really?
You pick.
No, I want you to pick.
Nah, you.
You sure?
Yeah. Because why are you saying Islam is bad for women?
All right.
When we really accept them, like, are you all made in Israel?
Yeah.
Like, that's mad. Oh, nah, I ain't joining this shit.
My goodness. Can we get a real human being, please?
Israel, they're saying now there's more than one person saying they can't hear him. Bear says tell the guest to mute and unmute, but it's weird because on my phone I can hear her.
This is crazy. I don't know why.
Hang on, I'm gonna mute my mic here and I'm gonna talk on the phone. Let me know if you guys can hear me.
All right.
Testing 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Israel, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but Catch a Homer.
Okay.
I'll bring you up in a second. Hold on.
Yeah, so I'm hearing my own voice through Video Ninja.
Yeah.
And you can hear me, Israel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they can't.
Actually, hold on.
Bear in the chat. Can you guys hear? Okay, they're saying they can't hear me either.
Yeah, they can't hear you. I don't know.
They're saying it's saying no sound.
Literally haven't touched anything.
But sometimes TikTok Live Studio does that.
All right. Say something, man.
Testing.
Okay, they should be able to hear you now. All right, should be cool now.
Yeah, they said they can hear me.
Okay. All right.
That was funny. Did you see that comment?
No,
this is a sign from God. This is a sign from God telling you you're wrong.
Catch Homer. How you doing?
What's up, man?
This is a sign from God telling me I'm wrong, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So, you cool?
Are you gonna pick something evil from the Quran, and when the Bible is even more evil?
Okay. So, what type of Muslim are you, bro?
Those two. I like two.
You like what?
Two's good.
2.
I like the number 2. You're asking pick 1 through 4, right?
Yep.
2. Let's see what hypocrisy you come up with.
Hypocrisy.
Holding a different religion to a higher standard than your own.
Okay, one reason why I'll say Islam is bad for women, right? And Christianity is better. In paradise, what do men get?
What do you mean?
What do men get?
Virgins.
What
did God give Adam?
Did
God give Adam?
Hold on, bro. Men get virgins.
They get virgins. What God gave Adam.
No,
God gave Adam.
Adam got a virgin, not virgins.
Yeah, like Adam got a virgin, so that's what you get in heaven.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Okay, what about women? What did they get?
Oh, man.
What did they get?
I don't know what they get.
You don't know what they get?
Yeah, why did your God give Adam a virgin?
So men get X amount of virgins, however many they're gonna get, but women get to be.
Adam got a.
Women get to be.
Adam got a virgin. Bro, what did Eve get?
Bro,
what did Eve get?
Bro.
So what did Eve get?
Eve got a virgin too.
She got a virgin as well.
Bro, this guy's so cooked. Come on, man. Yeah. Come on,
Israel, you better get used to this for a while.
Didn't Adam have someone else before? Didn't Adam have someone else before?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Oh my gosh.
Are you sure?
No, he didn't.
Maverick, you know he thought he did something. He thought he was cooking, you know.
Yeah, he thought he was doing something.
You guys need to stop with these little virgin catchphrases on cooking you, bro.
Okay.
It's not a good look, brother. It's not a good look.
Okay.
Find your own words.
Okay. So you failed at number 2. You want to pick another one?
Israel, I requested on TikTok just.
Let's look at the reality of things in today's world.
Are we not looking,
Christian countries? In Christian countries, women are getting kidnapped and murdered. Where does murdering women happen in Muslim countries? Muslim countries are the safest place in the world for women.
What?
Yes, I said go to Saudi Arabia, dude.
Bro, do you see what Islam?
Go everywhere.
Do you see what reading Islam sources does to these Muslims,
for
bro?
women.
Do you see what it does to them?
Every Christian country is a crime-ridden, degenerate shithole.
You ready to finish crying? You want to keep it here?
You like the truth. You don't like the truth. Truth hurts, huh? The truth hurts, huh?
It ain't about the truth.
Truth hurts. Women aren't supposed to be covered. Why was Mother Mary covered? Why was Mary covered? Why are Muslim women more Christian than Christian women?
So you see what happened here, right? We talked about one thing and he's already cooked. He's a robot, bro.
Yep.
There he goes with a gay cook thing again.
Why are Muslims always so fascinated with homosexuality? Is it because of what Muhammad used to do? Is it because of the Al-Zut? Ever since y'all found out about the Al-Zut, you're always making homosexual comments. It's weird. Just because
why is it in Christianity? Why is it in Christianity it's okay to prostitute your raped little daughter back to her rapist?
Bro,
nothing in the Quran or fake hadiths combined is worse than Deuteronomy.
Fake hadith.
Nothing.
Yes,
fake hadiths. I said it. Well, I don't believe in that bullshit. fake hadith.
Oh, man.
Where in the Quran does it say to follow the hadith?
Well
Tell
done.
me, please.
Well done. You just left Islam,
Show me the Quran
bro.
where it says to follow the hadith.
You just left Islam. Well done, man.
You just left the fold.
One hadith was all it took.
Why are you guys okay? Why are you guys okay with prostituting your little daughter back to her rapist?
One hadith was all it took.
Why are you okay with prostituting your little daughter back to her rapist? Answer the question.
One hadith. Bro, you don't know what you're talking about. So why would I even waste my time answering your question?
Answer the question.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Bring it up. Bring it up. I'm not lying about it. Bring it up on the big screen. Deuteronomy 22.28-9.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Deuteronomy 22.28-9.
You don't know what
you
you're
won't
talking
dare
about.
bring it up.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm so afraid. I'm gonna use your reverse psychology.
Little baby daughter
malfunctioning. This is a Muslim who doesn't know.
And you're a Christian.
He doesn't know.
With prostituting and raping your own little daughters.
No, we're not, because we know that's not what it says in the context. So, bro,
what does it say? Bring it up then. Post it.
Bro,
bring it up. That's exactly what it says. You sell your daughter for 50 cents back to her rapist.
50 cents, imagine.
You sell your daughter back to her rapist.
Don't look down, bro. You're bleeding all over the arena floor.
If a man finds a young woman who is a virgin, who is not betrothed, and he seizes her and lies with her, and they are found out, then the man who lay with her shall give to the young woman's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife because he has humbled her. He shall not be permitted to divorce her all of his days. Where does this talk about rape, you lying little deceiving son of Satan?
This is the same guy, man, who just said we would never read the passage.
Mm-hmm.
As if we've never read this passage, as if we've never heard this argument before. Come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man.
And you know what's crazy is that even here, when you're looking at the New King James translation, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone in Israel's audience, in the context of this verse, this is talking about a man who illegally seduces a young woman who is not betrothed, as it says here, and they end up having intercourse. Well, at that point, because in that culture, you were caught. Now what you're going to do is you're going to marry her because that's what culture and customs demanded anyway. And on top of that, you were to give reparations to the father because of the crime that you committed. Where anywhere in here is this talking about essaying this young woman? Oh, he found a bad translation and started running with it and running his silly little mouth because he thought he was doing something.
And this guy, what are we doing bro, this guy had the cheek to say 50 cents. He doesn't understand that 50 shekels is like it could be like 4 or 5 years worth of wages.
Yeah, that 50 shekels in that day, I think and this was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
If you account for inflation and economies and difference in culture, it was literally like thousands of dollars.
Yep.
Like several thousands of dollars.
It's more,
anywhere between $85,000 and $120,000.
And this is what they don't even understand. They're just so lost, bro. They think they're actually doing something. Someone's saying your mic's echoing.
Somebody saying what?
Your mic's echoing.
My mic is what?
Echoing.
The icon?
Mic, your microphone.
What about it?
They're saying it's echoing.
Oh yeah. I don't hear an echo on my side, unless it was a change that you made on your end. You know what I can do? I can just mute this mic. Let me just try to talk through TikTok, and if they don't have an echo, we'll just do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, but these guys are cooked, man. Like I said.
Hello. How do I sound here?
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Cool. I'll just talk through here.
Okay, cool. All right. He's back. Should we bring him back up? Or just
and El Nabi says only the host has an echo.
I've got an echo.
That's what Nabi says.
My goodness. Someone said, "Can we explain it?"
Okay, they said it's
okay, it's fine. It's fine. No echo. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Host isn't echoing. It's good now. Thank you, guys. All right. Yeah, man. Bro, like, these guys are just so washed out, man.
What's up?
How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing good, brother. I just want to show you that I'll drop. Hey, brother, I just want to show you this table. Everybody, all the Christians can take a screenshot of it on this particular 50 shekels, right?
Yep.
This is a marvelous table out here. Okay, this is really going to be helpful. If I can get a big screen for you guys, and you guys take a screenshot of it, my Christian brothers. Okay, how far I can Let me pull it back. I'm going to pull it back and take that screenshot, everybody, and then I'm going to close in there. So this is going to help you with this entire argumentation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to show through this table the legal context in Deuteronomy 22, 13 to 29. That entire passage is devoted to offenses involving women, okay? So here's how we're breaking it up. The type of sexual crime, the verse, the crime itself, and what was the penalty, okay? So now, whenever they come up with this garbage, now, of course, he's a Muslim, so beyond 6 words, he's not going to be able to pay attention. Okay, first, false charge of promiscuity, which is chapter 22, verses 13 to 19. The crime is false accusation. The penalty is fine. Proven promiscuity, betrothed, verse 20 and 21. Crime, fornication. Penalty, death. Now, type of sexual crime is adultery, verses 22. Crime is cheating spouse. Penalty is death. Type of sexual crime is consensual fornication with betrothed. 23 to 24 verses are 23 to 24. Crime is both guilty. Penalty is death. Okay. Grape with a betrothed woman. Verse is 25 to 27. Crime is only man guilty. Penalty is death. There you go. Only man is guilty. When he's done that, his death. Consensual fornication, unbetrothed. 28 and 29, verses 28 and 29. This is what they bring. All these things above, they don't bring it. Man pays fine, marries a girl, no divorce. Now, in Jewish law, the girl also has to agree to it. Okay, it's not like she's forced to marry him. She has to agree to it. Now, let's continue with this. Okay, so Deuteronomy 22, 25 to 27 already deals with grape, and the man is executed. So verses 28 and 29, which describe a totally different outcome, no death, cannot be talking about the same crime. Okay, what about the girl? Was this fair? If they are discovered, Deuteronomy 22, 28, both are found. This implies mutual involvement. Dr. Sandra Richard is an Old Testament scholar, said, grape victims were assumed innocent. Convicted rapists were executed. This passage, 28-29, is about seduction and not grape. Walk-away Joes, the people who just slept with somebody and left, were required to man up. It's in the Journal of Evangelical Theological Society, 64.1, page 75. Even so, the girl's father could refuse the marriage. Pay attention to this. In Exodus 22:17, and rabbinic traditions gave the girl veto powers, that is the halakhic rulings. Okay? So now, 4 key proofs it is not grape. There is a parallel law in Exodus 22, 16 and 17 that deals with seduction and not grape. Different words. Grape uses jazak, not tapas. Okay. Many times they'll try to go into the Septuagint and suddenly switch to the Greek from Hebrew. No, we're going to stay in the Hebrew. Penalty differentiation. Grape equals death. Fornication equals dowry plus no divorce. They are found, that's the words used on there, indicates mutual involvement or consent. Okay? The NLT translation says, so because they use a particular translation for the word grape, only one or two are bad translations in there. Suppose a man has intercourse with a young woman who is a virgin but is not engaged to be married. If they are discovered, they must pay her father 50 pieces of silver. Then he must marry the young woman because he violated her, and he must never divorce as long as he lives. Okay, so this is not about grape. Now, let me see this. There's more on the Septuagint that I can sit down and refute them out there, but let me just show you something real quick for you guys here. Okay, the word tapas, to seize, hold, and take handle of, is used many a times in the Bible, but every time it's about to taking hold or handle something. It says handling musical instruments in Genesis 4:21. In Ezekiel 21:11 and Amos 2:15, it's used for wielding a sword or a bow. It's not about graping anything, okay? In Deuteronomy 9:17, it's taking the tablets of the law. Okay, they use the same word. grabbing Joseph's garment in Genesis 39:12. Greg Bonson said, he's another scholar, the Hebrew word tapas simply means to take hold of something. It does not imply force or violence. It can never be used as the word for grape. The source is Greg Bonson, premarital sexual relations via Apologetic Press. Okay. Now we already know chazak means that, because if you compare the word chazak, which is for grape, in Deuteronomy 22:25, it means there's a parallel verse in there where we find out in Exodus 22:16-17. It says, if a man seduces a virgin who is not betrothed, sounds familiar, and lies with her, he shall give the bride price for her and make her his wife. If he seduces a virgin, okay? This interlinear, it's all this stuff I've got. I'll stop there. But this is the table, guys. You should get this table, because there in the table, it tells you, that entire thing tells you all the different violations and what. So you want to take the screenshot, do it, and what it is. Start using this table. As simple as that. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Jay.
I'm here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
and if I could
go ahead,
for like a second, Israel.
Go ahead, bro.
I want everyone in your audience to realize what happened, because this is the new approach in 2026. I'm sorry, it's not that new, right? But it's like their dominant go-to now.
Yeah.
Ask me a question about the Quran, I'm going to talk about the Bible. Ask me a question about the hadith, I'm going to talk about the Bible. Ask me about Muhammad, I want to talk about Jesus Christ. Why are you guys so afraid of your Quran? Because catch a mark, you came in here and you made an assertion that was demonstrably false, said we were afraid to address it. And then J49, actually I explained it, then J49er came in and gave literally a university-style lecture showing everybody how much of a clown you are. This is why you guys are losing so badly. Because you guys think defending Islam means bringing up Christianity. And imagine how pathetically false your religion has to be, that it can't stand on its own, that you can't defend Islam by staying on the topic of Islam.
Imagine.
That's really sad.
Imagine. Izani,
Yeah.
how you doing, bro? You all right?
So you think Christianity is better for women?
Izani.
Yeah. I've asked you. So you think
Hello,
Islam is bad
Bazani,
for
can
women,
you
which
hear me?
means Christianity is bad for.
Bazani,
Hello, Bazani, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, how you doing, bro? You okay?
Good.
Okay. What kind of Muslim are you?
I'm a Muslim.
Which
Sunni.
kind? You're Sunni, so you accept Shia and so you accept Quran and Hadith, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm asking you.
Okay, go ahead.
You think Christianity is better for women?
You disagree?
Okay. What happens if someone rapes a woman?
Do you disagree?
Yes, I disagree. That's why I'm asking you. What happens according to the Bible if someone rapes a lady?
They get killed. We just went through this whole thing like 5 minutes ago, bro.
So you don't read the Bible?
What happens in Islam if a man rapes a woman?
They are killed.
Okay, so it seems like, according to my logic, Mav, we're on the same playing field.
No, but in Christianity, you just pay 50 shekels and you marry that lady.
Oh my goodness! All right.
So Bees, were you not?
So
paying
you mean
attention?
you don't read the Bible?
Hold on,
No.
Bees.
Okay, you guys
Were
though,
you not paying attention?
you have never read the Bible, so
Bees,
goodbye.
Be quiet,
My goodness!
Be quiet.
You see.
What an idiot!
He ran away, bro. These guys are so.
He came in here
shook
and acted like J49er just spent the last 5 minutes showing them how easy it is to disprove their idiocy, and then they want to leave before Israel gets to Islam.
Bro,
what is wrong with you guys?
Have we spoken? I'm gonna minus Haas. And I'm gonna even include him today, right? Have we spoken to a real human being yet, Mav, today?
I have. I think honestly, in the last 2 weeks, I may have had as many good conversations.
This is crazy.
I may have had 2 good conversations. I was live with Duran yesterday morning for almost 2 hours. He had 1 good conversation. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man.
Mimo.
Hi, my brother. How are you?
How you doing? You alright?
You from Syria, you need help for eat my family, please, my brother, get the blast, you 5 minutes.
Pardon?
You from Syria, you need help for eat my family, get the blast, you 5 minutes.
يقول بعد دقيقة يرجع شوي يرجع
Bro.
I need gift, please, my brother.
No. He wants coins. We ain't got coins for him, man.
That's happened to me as well.
Definitely getting dropped. Jay wants to come back. See what he has to say.
Hey, brothers. In Islam, you get rewarded if you grape. Grape is rewarded.
Wow.
Both on earth and on paradise. Okay? If you want me to hang around and I'll just, when they start with the Islam stuff, I can help you out. And Brother Maverick knows this stuff pretty well. But in Islam, Allah doesn't know. If you're a Sunni, Allah doesn't know the difference between good and evil. Good and evil are the same for him. He can make one act for Brother Maverick as evil, and he can make the same act for you as good at the same time. So in Islam, if you capture a woman who's married, you can go ahead and force yourself on her, grape her. It's allowed. Remember, she's married. It says clearly if her husband's there alive, you can still grape her. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, in Islam, they say on earth, if you confine a woman to a room, just a regular woman, right? And you restrain her and then you force yourself on her, that would be called grape. But as soon as they go into paradise, the same act, and it's out of the Quran, the same act is a reward. So they have women up there that their God has confined. It says they have restricted them and confined them. They can't escape. And the occupation, the word is occupation. They use the word occupation in the Quran of Muslim men is to have pleasure.
Yeah.
With these ladies. Okay, so now if you ask them, if you confine a woman to a room, you don't let her get out, and then you have sex with her, is that great? And they'll say yes. But in heaven, in paradise, they are allowed to do that. So same thing that is evil on earth at the same time is good in paradise. So this is him coming up and saying, although he didn't even pay attention to what I said prior to that, so it's no surprise. But yeah,
I think the Muslims we've spoken to today so far are triggered. They're triggered before they even come up. So
that's not just you, Israel. They've been like that for like the last month and a half.
Bro, the crazy thing about it is it's not normally even like this. Maybe you get one or two guests who's a robot, but normally it kind of sorts itself out.
That's one thing I do miss about the other side. Before I started going live over here, I'm gonna use my words carefully because TikTok has like an algorithm against saying other platforms. But when I was only live on the other side, when vertical streams were still like getting thousands of views, I never had to talk to Muslims on TikTok. Never. And the people who would call in on the other side, who are watching these conversations on the other side, so much more respectful, so much more intelligent, and believe it or not, Israel, so much more willing to admit that they were wrong about something. I have had guys literally renounce Islam when learning about the Islamic dilemma on the other side. And then, it just all kind of stopped, and this is what we're stuck with now.
Crazy, man. I know this is a hard topic for a lot of Muslims, but crazy, man. I think the funniest one was the guy. We spoke about it. We spoke about what the Houris in paradise, and he's manifesting, saying the hadith are corrupt, rejecting the hadith. And he still says he's a Muslim.
Brother, let me show you while you guys wait for another Muslim. I'm going to show you the tafsirs of that Quran verse. You'll be shocked. You don't have to go to hadith. Even the tafsirs tell you what's going on. Watch.
It's crazy how they throw all their sources under the bus, bro.
Okay. So firstly, we're going to go, and I'm going to show you when I said the occupation of the men is to sit down and have smacks with these women morning, afternoon, evening, night. Okay. If you make me big screen here, I've got the links in here. I've just pasted everything into a document instead of opening up hundreds of tabs. Hold on. That's the link for Tabri and chapters 36-55, his explanation. He says, the occupation that God Almighty described the people of paradise as being on the day of resurrection, it is to defloration of virgins. Those who said this are so-and-so, 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 or the authority of Abdullah bin Masud said, indeed, the companions of paradise that day will be in pleasure and occupation. Even the Quran verse uses the word occupation in there. He said their occupation will be deflowering virgins. Okay. Now, let's see who are these girls, what's happening over there. For that, we go into Quran verse 78:33 and we look at Ibn Kathir's tafsir of that Quran verse. Okay. Ibn Kathir's tafsir of that Quran verse. Okay. It says, it's describing paradise. They got gardens, which are orchards of palm trees and other things, and grapes, and maidens of equal age. Equal age, which means they could be all 9-year-olds or 12-year-olds, whatever you prefer. Okay? They mean that their breasts are full grown and they have not drooped because they're virgins. But watch this. Arab women of equal age. Arab women of equal age. So now they're identifying them as a race and a geographical location and everything else. So you non-Arab women, we are going to be in, as Muhammad said, you're going to be all in hell. So these are Arab women. Okay, now we know they're Arab women. Now let's continue. Tabri 5572 explains more about these women. Hur, they are hurs, meaning by saying this, hur is their white, which is plural of hura, and the hura means white. So these are white Arab women. So all you Arab women with brown complexion, you can't be there. Okay. So now we know which these women, which the women are, right? They're doing these restrictions on you, huh?
Oh yeah, I have to drop you. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start the live again, man, on TikTok.
All right, I'll come back on.
All right. Start it back up, guys. You know what? To be honest, right? I'm even surprised it took them. I'm surprised it took.
You know what it is, Israel.
Yeah.
I'm like 90% sure. Jay is talking about. He's not saying anything wrong, but the thing is, if he's saying grape, like the fruit, but even if it sounds like he's saying the regular word, they'll restrict you. And since he said it so many times, the algorithm probably thought one of those times he was saying the actual word. My suggestion is to tell people to just say like SA or assault or something like that, so that it's not even close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're actually getting stupid with it now. It's like not even enjoyable to be on TikTok anymore. Now that you're not on it, before I join you again, my dream, and I've talked to a bunch of people about this, my goal is to get to where I never have to use TikTok as a call-in service again. If it wasn't because the vertical streams started plummeting the way they were, I would never use it. And in God's name that he hears my prayers, everybody just use the link that I use for Video Ninja the way they used to before, and I don't have to deal with this because I hate it. I hate every minute of it, dude. They do anything to shut down Christian streams.
It's crazy. Yeah, you know the funny thing is, it's like, for me, it's normally just a mixed bag. Like, I get some from this side, that from this, some from the other side, and it's like sometimes the best callers come from TikTok, sometimes they come from this side.
Yeah,
which
that happens sometimes.
Yeah, I'm saying so.
And I'm sure that your region has a lot to do with it too, because you're in a different region. People tend to be. Yeah, it definitely is a regional thing for sure, or at least that's one of the factors. But yeah,
that's actually a good point. Right.
I'll be right back. I
Hey,
gotta warm up my car
bad
because I gotta
echo,
leave soon.
brother.
Cool.
Oh, Maverick, you got a bad echo, dude. Again.
You got an echo.
Down. When you're in chat, you can hear the echo. Yeah, but not we can't hear the echo up here. But when you're in chat, you can hear the echo. Like really bad. That's crazy, guys. They started reporting me because I'm reading the tafsirs. I'm literally reading it.
Bro, I say that all the time. Like it's amazing that you read their sources and you get
I requested up Israel.
And you get hit with hate speech and all of that stuff, which is crazy.
Yeah. So what I was showing was, let me show this last part to you real quick. And you will see it says that these women are confined. Okay, so now we figured out they were Arab. They said the women are Arab and they're white, right? The Houris were white, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in Tabari's tafsir of 5572, it says Houris confined to pavilions. Okay, wait, I'm not showing the whole thing here. There you go. Houris confined to pavilions, and then Ibn Abbas says confined means imprisoned. And Ka'b says they are imprisoned in their chambers. So Arab white women are these Houris. They're all going to be of the same age. And they are imprisoned, confined. Now, if you come and the men's occupation we showed is to have pleasure with them morning, afternoon, evening, night. Now, if you confine women and you don't let them escape and you're going to have your fun time with them, that's called rape.
And what did they have to say about this?
Case closed. That's the reward. I mean, come on. If they're fine with, honestly, if they're fine with, hooking up with 9-year-olds, I mean, come on. This is nothing for them.
True.
This is like, hey, this is our reward. We get to rape them. That's our reward. So I never really look forward to what they do. I just want to educate other people and say, look, all we do is read their own scholarship. I can show you stuff where in their Sharia, in their number one selling Sharia book in the world,
they hate their own
in a
scholarship.
Sahih Muslim book. Yep. And in a Sahih Muslim book. Pay attention to this. And in a Hadith. 3 sources. Number one selling Sharia book in the world, millions of copies, the most popular one. In a Sunnah.com Hadith and in a Sahih Muslim book, they say they can sleep with dead people, dead animals, same gender, with their sisters, whether like I said, whether the animal is alive or dead, or the people are alive or dead. All they have to do is carry a water bottle with them and make sure they clean themselves. Literally, that's what it says.
Guys, haven't I been telling you for weeks? I've been telling you for weeks. The Muslims can't even deal with Women Wednesday, and we're not even out of first gear. Imagine if we started getting into some of the stuff that Jay's talking about.
Yeah, you'll be restarting live again eventually.
They're already mass reporting the stream. Thank God we're Christians, bro.
Right.
Could you imagine defending Islam?
My man, it is crazy when I show you. I'm just going to show you the cover of the book, the Muslim and the URLs. I'm not going to go through what it says, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm going to show you what books I'm talking about because I have all of it here. So, and we do nothing but just read, okay? This here is their number one book in the world selling Sharia book. It's called The Reliance of the Traveler, this book here, which I'm showing, okay? And then this is the number one selling Sharia book in the world, Reliance of the Traveler. Because I wanted to get into it. I'm like, they want to make Sharia into the US, let me read a book. And this was the most popular. I said, everybody's getting it, so I might as well, read it, what's going on there.
Yeah.
And in there, it has the stuff that I told you. I've got all the evidence on that, right? This is sunnah.com, which has the evidence of you being able to have, a fun time with animals. This is this Sahih Muslim book. I've got the URL to the actual book too. This is the book where they tell you, in here, they tell you that you can do all the things I told you. It says that just make sure you just bring, you just do ablution. That's it. It says, our companions have said that if the head of the goes into the rear of a woman or the rear of a man, so that same gender, or the vajayjay of an animal, and I'll make this bigger so you guys can see it actually, that that I'm not just making it up. Here it is, okay? Or the vajayjay of an animal or the rear of that animal, washing is obligatory. Whether the one, where you insert is alive or dead, small or grown, that means kids or grown up, whether it was intentional or absent-minded. This is the book. This is a very famous book. This is the Sahih Muslim book. It's here. It is Al-Minhaj fi Sarha Sahih Muslim. That's what it is. And by the way, I have the actual link to the book. Okay. And here it is. Okay. There's the book in here, and we can do it in English too. But the book is there, and it'll say the same thing, just in case if someone's going like, "Oh, he's lying." No, I'm not. So let me do this.
They'll
here.
say that regardless.
Translate.
You literally be showing them your sources, and they'll say you're lying.
Yeah. Here it is. Where is it gone? Oh, here it is. Even if wait, hold on. Where does it start off here? It starts up here on top. Sorry. Oh yeah. If the glands, which means your schlong, is inside in the back of a woman or the back of a man, or the vajayjay of an animal, or the on and on and on. So there's the same thing in here. So these are their sources. All we do is just read their sources, man. All we do is just read their sources. And that's what it says.
And they still say you're lying.
They still say, oh yeah, I mean, they'll try to say whatever they are. Then they'll make some excuse. Oh, that doesn't mean we have to do it. Well, like, we didn't tell you have to do it. It's telling you if you do it, you're not going to get into trouble. All you got to do is wash yourself. I mean, why are they even giving these examples?
Exactly.
Some guys will say, oh, that's just talking about hygiene. I'm like, if I am going to want to teach my kid or someone else about, brushing your teeth and hygiene, will I start saying, if you decide to smooch a pig and brush, I mean, why would I give weird examples? Right?
Yep.
It's like this. If you're talking about hygiene, who gives me an example of hygiene by saying, if you, have a, good time with, Billy the Goat, what the hell, I mean, what kind of examples are those? And it's not like one time. Then they go more deeper and more examples, and they become so specific. They said whether it is the female organ of an animal or the male organ of an animal that you want to enter upon.
Jay, wait, hold on. Jay, so you're telling me,
yeah,
a Muslim man can go and do that perverse stuff, with a goat, with whatever, do ablution, wash himself, and then go to a woman. Yeah. My goodness.
Oh, they even allow the women to do it. I didn't show you the part where they allow the women. In the women part, just when you go further down, it says a woman can do that. And then it says if a woman gets her hand on a severed schlong. You know what the cut-off schlong?
Yeah.
And I'm going, how the hell are you going to get your hand on a severed schlong, dude? Like organ donor program or something going on? What the hell? And they say, like, it's okay, just make sure you wash yourself. I'm like, that's crazy.
No, it's not advocating it. It's
Halim.
not do that. It's like,
See?
Halim.
See what he's saying? He's
Halim.
saying they're not saying you got to do it, but they say if you do it, all you have to do. Who gives examples like that, dude? They say, oh, if you do it, just.
This is like deep, like tafsir, like deep, kind of like, you know,
Deep.
no one's supposed to even like.
Halim, that's what, bro. That's what I've been
It's
saying.
Sahih Muslim. It's Sahih Muslim book.
Nah,
It's a famous.
like it's not for like it's not advocated, like no one's supposed to do these acts in any way, but it's like if like some weirdo
Halim,
like does it or something, like you know what I mean?
Halim. No, I don't know. I don't know what it means. It's a Sahih Muslim book. Okay, it's not some weirdo does it. It's sitting down and telling you that if you do all these things, just wash yourself. That's it. It's giving you these examples to sit down and say all you have to do is wash yourself. It's not someone else.
No, but doesn't it say
as
about
awkward it is?
but the like actual repercussions of these actions, like does not say like how you get punished for this, how like it's
all you have to do.
like,
It says all you have to do is wash yourself. There is no repercussions they're talking about in there. They said our companions have said if the shlong or the head of your shlong goes into the back of a woman or the back of a man, so it's same gender, man and man, okay, or the vajayjay of an animal, or the rear. So that means you could go into a female animal because a female animal have a vajayjay, and a male animal you'll have to go at the back. It's that specific. Washing is obligatory, whether the one who you put your thing into is alive or dead. Like if you're going like on a freeway and you get, you know, some feelings, you see a roadkill, you're like, hey, go, you know, you can go do the borat on them. You can go have a sexy time. Just make sure you carry a water bottle with you. Carry your water bottle with you and wash yourself.
These kind of hadith is like kind of like looking at some Talmudic scriptures and then bringing it up and saying this is like mainstream Islam.
Look at it, dude. That's cool.
What do you think about Halim? What do you're trying to run away from these hadith? What do you think about the more mainstream hadith?
And they're more like, you know, for like regular civilians. That these are like for it's not like
it's a Sahih Muslim, dude.
Do you think the regular hadith are better?
Yeah, for sure. Like they're more cohesive. They make more sense. Like this is for, like, how do you say it? It's not for. It's not advocating this kind of behavior. It's not advocating this kind of behavior.
Okay.
It's in your book, dude. Your number one Sharia book in the world says this behavior is excusable. Also, number one Sharia book in the world. Okay, so it's just cope, dude. This is your book. I don't know why you guys follow this religion. It's crazy. They don't tell you this stuff, but it's got all this stuff. This is not from. This can't be like, you know. This is crazy, you know. And this is not in some unnamed scholar's book. It's Sahih Muslim. It's not in some unnamed other book of jurisprudence. It is your number one selling Sharia book in the world, Islamic sacred law. That has it too. Now you have some hadiths will say you can't do it. You'll have one hadith that'll say you can't do it. But you'll have all these others saying you can. The overwhelming consensus is like proof is saying, yes, you can. They're not telling you to do it. They're not telling you go do it, but they're saying if you do it, you know what? Just wash yourself.
And there's repercussions for doing this. Like for instance, there's like, yeah.
There is no repercussions.
This isn't.
I showed you the book. Okay, brother, you want to see? Show me what the repercussions is.
No, so you don't think there's any like you don't get any bad deeds for this, like you don't get punished for this.
Go ahead and tell me where it is. It's telling you just wash yourself. If someone is telling you this is your messenger of Allah said.
Zachary, are you Muslim?
You know, right? It says the messenger of Allah said, you know, a man sitting between the four looms, ghusl becomes obligatory.
So wait your turn, bro.
That is the head of this area. You know?
We're talking to Halim right now. After, if you're still here, we'll have a conversation with you. Chill out, bro. All right, Halim. So you're a Muslim, right?
Now these hadiths are a bit abrasive. Like it makes Islam look.
Brother,
like,
can we talk about another hadith?
Right.
But it's specific.
Yeah, we talk about another.
Can we talk about another hadith, Halim?
There is no prescribed. There is no prescribed punishment. This is another guy.
It doesn't apply. Like
Halim.
It does.
It's not even advocated for in any way. Like you're not supposed to do.
Yes, it is.
Like
Halim.
Disgusting.
But if you do it,
it's more saying like if it happens, if like you know that kind of thing happens. That's how you're supposed to deal with it. But it's not.
And then what are
saying
you supposed to do?
anyway
Just wash yourself,
that this
right?
is what the actions of a Muslim is. That's not what he's saying.
Right. So the examples they're giving us is saying if this happens, just wash yourself. These are the kind of examples you would see in Muslim. You got Sunnah Abi Dawud who says that there is no prescribed punishment for anyone who's sexually intercourse with an animal. You got the number one Sharia saying, like, hey man, we don't have any punishment prescribed for this stuff. You know? Okay, these guys are saying go ahead and just wash yourself. Come on, man. You can't cope that hard.
Now these are very like how you say controversial hadiths, but I have heard like there's punishment for this kind of behavior. Like genuinely, I've heard punishment for this behavior. I don't
Welcome to
know
Islam, bro.
what it is, but there is I have heard some stuff about it.
Jay, what hadith are you reading from again? Can you just remind us all what you're reading from?
So this first one I showed you was Sahih Muslim book. It's a book where he has all, and they have it here, and then I got the link to it up here. There's a book right up here.
So Sahih Muslim, which is one of the two most authoritative hadiths that you guys have. Your position, Halim, is that what Islam has agreed are the words. What Islam has agreed are the words of your prophet, right? What your entire paradigm, well, not your entire, but the majority of your paradigm, rather, has agreed are the direct words of your prophet from his contemporaries, directly from his mouth. Now, your position is that Sahih Muslim, which every Sunni agrees is just as authoritative as the Quran, now you're saying it's too abrasive. So which one is it? Should we listen to hadith or should we not listen to hadith? Because you guys do this all the time. When it makes Muhammad look like a superhero, you guys act like it is as informative as the dictionary. When it says something controversial, oh, well, it's too abrasive and I don't think that it really is authoritative. Brother, it's Sahih Muslim. There is, in your paradigm, nothing that has more authority behind it. So
and that is Nawawi also commenting on it. There's one of the biggest scholars, Nawawi, is commenting on it.
Exactly.
Also, now here is Sunnah Abi Dawud 4465, where he says there is no prescribed punishment for one who has sexual intercourse with an animal. That's Sunnah Abi Dawud 4465.
4465.
Okay.
I would say it's more abrasive for like to make this mainstream Islam. This isn't mainstream Islam.
This is it. Brother, don't mind me saying it, but there's some major cope. This is the number one selling Sharia book. It's a major cope. Why is it in your Sharia book? Number one selling Sharia book in the world. The Reliance of the Traveler, Classical Manual of Islamic Sacred Law. It's a Sharia law. And here, this is what it says. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. A Muslim who has intercourse with an animal, a dead woman, I'm changing the words because I don't want to use the back. Yeah, in a dead woman. A dead woman. Look at the Arabic. A dead woman.
This is not behaviors of a Muslim though. Like this is against like the foundations of Islam.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the foundation of Islam that are written in the Sharia book. Very nice. Yeah, All right. So in the rear of a woman, or with a female slave who he owns part of her, or his own sister. Okay.
Guys, they restricted it again. You're giving out too much truth, Jay, man.
This isn't
all right, we can read
like some scripture type stuff. Like,
I have to remove you, sorry, bro.
It's
Halim.
I think these hadith it's not mainstream Islam by any means. This is like some
it's not mainstream.
It's nah, bro. Like you're not supposed to do these acts. Like these are filthy acts, bro. Like these are acts that are like you don't become you're not a Muslim when you're doing this kind of stuff. Like this is like disgusting behavior, and it's not advocated by any Muslim.
Halim, then can you show us what the prescriptive punishment is for the acts that Jay was speaking of? Then
imagine a Muslim in the comments said he's on a Christian website.
I don't actually know the prescribed punishment for it, but I don't think you get away with it easily for doing this kind of stuff.
All right,
these kind of behaviors is not.
Halim, respectfully, brother, we're not, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but these conversations are meant to be informative. And when you say I don't think, it doesn't matter what you think. We're asking you, what does your paradigm say?
Yep.
We're not asking what Halim thinks. What does your paradigm say? Because we have authoritative sources in Sahih Muslim to be rated Sahih. means that your scholars have been able to trace, supposedly, the methodology of chain of narration back to your prophet. And in that chain of narration back to your prophet, nothing in those commentaries is making a prescription for disciplinary behavior of those acts. And Jay already made it clear to you what they are prescribed to be able to do, and there's no disciplinary matters involved in that behavior. So when you say I don't think, well, I'm glad that's what you think. We're asking, what does it say? What is the truth?
When it comes to these sorry, I said I think again. But when it comes to these kind of matters, you've got to go to the Sharia courts, Sharia laws. Like if you find someone doing this kind of behavior, like you have to condemn them. You can't let someone like have sexual intercourse with a dead woman. Like that's crazy. That's what's that called in
I think what you're doing that first of all, that's called, I think, necrophilia or something like that.
Necrophilia. You can't get away with that. That's like you go sent to jail for that kind of stuff.
But Halim, you see what you're doing again? You are now imposing your modernistic view of justice, and you're trying to reverse read it into commentary that does not have that same opinion on that action. So if you don't have if you don't have a jurisprudence for this, then what you're doing is you're just speaking absent any evidence whatsoever.
Yeah, I haven't studied fiqh or anything, but I'm pretty sure you get some lashes or you get some kind of punishment. Something happens because you can't get away with that kind of behavior. It's not accepted. You probably get blacklisted from your tribe as well from doing that kind of stuff. If someone catches you doing that kind of stuff, like you're not accepted in your tribe. Like people aren't gonna rock with that. Like that's some weird, disgusting behavior.
As far as tribal behavior, I won't pretend to speak on it because I don't have a tribalistic mindset that I know is synonymous with a lot of Islamic cultures. But I can tell you that, again, you're still speaking in platitudes, and I think, and I don't think, it doesn't matter, brother. The problem is that you are now, once again, conflating tribalistic mindset with prescriptive jurisprudence, which is absent in your commentary, which according to your culture, which according to your religion, are the direct words of your prophet. So I appreciate, that's not to say, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to speak for Israel, but I would probably say that he would agree that I appreciate that you disavow such actions.
Yep.
The problem is
it's not just me, like Muslims in general, everybody would.
Commentary, would you agree that the commentary found in Sahih Muslim are the words of your prophet?
Yeah, Sahih Muslim is
so prescriptive punishment for that behavior, and you know this is the words of your prophet. Are you going to choose what you know to be right now, or are you going to choose the methodology of your prophet? Because I can promise and guarantee you there's nothing in Sahih Muslim about prescriptive punishment for that behavior.
So I've got to come back to you about what that
I definitely would. I definitely
would say about that.
Because right now you're speaking against your prophet, just so you know.
But when it comes to these kind of conversations, I feel like diving deep and bringing these kind of these kind of Sahih Hadith and making it out to be the mainstream Islam is very deceptive in a sense, because you're making Islam look like this backwards religion when like these kind of same parables can be found in the Torah, like not specifically, but like in Talmudic texts.
They can be found in the Torah, not specifically, bro. Come on, man, that's double talk. You know that's not true.
And the Talmud, brother.
Exactly.
First of all,
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Do you know what the Talmud? Can you, Halim? Can you explain to everybody what the Talmud is? Since you said it, now since it came out of your face, I want you to tell everyone in Israel's audience what is the Talmud.
It's the tafsir for the Torah.
The tafsir. We don't have tafsir, brother.
I like the explanation for the Torah.
All right, Israel. Can you tell them what the Talmud really is?
Nothing of interest, bro. Trust me. It's not scripture. It's not inspired by God in any way, shape, or form, bro. We Christians, we don't hold it in any high regard like that
at all. The Talmud, to us, is just nothing but early Hebrew writing. That's it. The Talmud has no divine inspiration on it whatsoever. But the fact that you invoked a tu quoque fallacy in the middle of your explanation shows how desperate you are, just so you know. Because what I asked you to do was I asked you to show us where your prophet does the condemnation that you are asserting. I think the reason that you went to the Torah and the Talmud for whatever reason was because you're almost certain that when you look at Sahih Muslim, you're not going to find a prescriptive punishment for that reprehensible behavior. And because you know that it's rated Sahih, and therefore by definition is the words of your prophet, according to your paradigm, you know that you shot yourself in the foot because you're saying we don't rock with that. Even your tribal blacklist you. Really? According to whom? Because according to Sunni Muslims, you're supposed to not only follow the Quran, but the hadith, because you guys took one obscure verse that says to obey Allah and his messenger, and therefore you guys think now 600,000 hadiths later that means obey that too. So we'll hold you to that standard. So now you have to go into Sahih Muslim. You have to go into Sahih Muslim and show us that Muhammad agrees with you. Because if Muhammad doesn't agree with exactly what you just said about people that being blacklisted from their tribes or any of those other things, you just openly disagreed with your prophet.
No, you got to take the environment of your times as well, like your culture of your times.
Show me in the hadith or the Quran where it says that.
Since if you live in a certain environment, you've got to take their norms and their customs into account,
even if it disagrees with the words of your prophet.
No, so what I'm trying to say is like these kind of behaviors, like in any tribe, like these behaviors, like in any human, normal, like sane civilization, like they would not accept this kind of behavior.
Okay,
so I'm just saying.
Even so you see what you did? You're once again invoking your standard of morality, even if it contradicts with the words of your prophet.
Exactly.
No.
Halim.
They
wouldn't. Did it 3 times in a row.
Halim.
Yo.
I want us to read something, right? You said 2 things which are interesting to me, right? Number 1, you said this stuff that Jay was bringing up before is backwards, right? And the second thing you said, which was of interest to me, you said this is like deep in Sahih Muslim, right?
Now, what I'm trying to say with what Jay was bringing up, I'm saying that these behaviors is not what the Prophet, peace be upon him, would do. But some people in his tribe and in his culture, they did these behaviors, so he had to mention it for a specific reason, to abrogate it, to say that these behaviors are wrong, you shouldn't do it. But if it happens, you do this X, Y, and Z. But the thing is, when these behaviors happen, okay, maybe there might not be an ascribed punishment for it, but like the civilization and the tribe are not gonna rock with you. Like,
okay,
you're gonna get blacklisted you're gonna get ashamed, you're gonna get ridiculed, embarrassed. Like
I get what you're saying. Okay, so I get what you're saying. So can we talk about something which Muhammad did or said was good, but is definitely backwards? Can we do that?
I mean, depends what kind of like angle you're trying to go for. Like,
bro, it's just a hadith, bro. Just to respond to the stuff you said. You said the stuff Jay brought up is backwards. Let's talk about something else which is clearly backwards, which Muhammad co-signed and said, "Yeah, do it."
I just didn't like how Jay was bringing it up and making it out to be the mainstream Islam. Like, that's not what is abrogate. Like, we don't advocate for that kind of behavior. Like, that is disgusting behavior, and normal Muslims know.
So can we talk about something Muhammad did stand behind?
All right, what is it? What does he want to talk about?
It's in Sahih Muslim 1453. I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this.
What does it say?
Sahih Muslim 1453. Right? It says, hold on. All right. It says, Salim has attained puberty as men attain puberty. So he's a man. And he understands what they understand, and he enters our house freely. I, however, perceive that something rankles in the heart of Abu Hadaifa. Abu Hadaifa is her husband. Whereupon Allah's apostle said to her, suckle him. What does it mean to suckle?
Oh, you want to go through these?
Bro, what does it mean? What does it mean to suckle?
Yeah, I mean, we all know what it means.
No. What does it mean? I don't know if you know what it means.
It means like breastfeeding type, innit?
Breastfeed.
But then there's different ways of interpreting it.
Oh wait, bro! Stop running. Let's walk together, bro. Let's walk together. Let's walk together.
Yo, this guy's trying to like bring all the controversial ones and like,
bro.
You know, there's a certain reason for this
bro
hadith to be mentioned in the first place,
bro. Let's walk together. We don't need to run. It's all right. So suckling is breastfeeding, yeah?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who told her to breastfeed? This man?
No, the Prophet.
Who?
For the adopted son.
Who told her to breastfeed this man?
Wasn't it the Prophet?
Okay. Muhammad told her to breastfeed the man. And it says later on in the hadith, I suckled him. So what do you think about this? I believe this is backwards. What do you think about this? Having to breastfeed a man to get rid of your husband's concerns of a man staying in your house. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it does apparently seem backwards, and
apparently,
like it. Yeah, like, but the thing is, this is not advocated behavior. Again, this is like an anomaly. Like these kind of cases,
it's not advocated behavior.
No.
The hadith says, Muhammad said to her, suckle him. So he told her to do it. So it is advocate. It is.
Which metaphorically means like treat him like your own child, kind of thing.
Metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
So she metaphorically, according to you, suckled him. That's what you think?
There's a understanding behind this.
Yes or no, bro? Yes or no?
I think when it comes to
do you think it was metaphorical? Yes or no?
Honestly,
because you just said it's metaphorical.
I've heard that he had to drink the milk of her breast or something. I've heard that before as well.
Well,
the full understanding of this hadith, I'm not 100% sure, but there's a wisdom there. There is a wisdom.
Okay, hold on.
It's more like,
before we get to that, do you think it was metaphorical or literal, bro? Because you mentioned metaphor, but what do you think?
Yeah, this one was probably literal, potentially.
Probably.
Potentially.
You know, if you read the hadith right before 53A, you know what? Let's see what she says in this other hadith to see if we think this is literal or metaphorical. This is 1450. Listen. Respect the hadith, bro. This is 1453A, Sahih Muslim. So same thing, same scenario, just giving us a bit more context, right? Muhammad says to her, suckle him. And notice what she says. How can I suckle him as he is a grown-up man? Does it sound like, based on her response, she thinks this is metaphorical?
Yeah, it was strange to have been asked to do something like that.
So based on her response, how can I breastfeed him because he's a man, a grown-up man, she says. You think this is speaking about a metaphor?
No, I'm saying I've heard it explained in that way.
Do you think this is good for... Yeah, I know you've heard it explained in that way, but I'm asking you not to suspend your mind and your reasoning and to use the brain that God has blessed you with and think about it. Would she respond like that if this sounds like a metaphor?
No, she was taken aback. She didn't expect the answer.
Do you think what woman would not be taken aback? Do you think this is good for women to have to breastfeed grown men just so their husbands are appeased?
No, it's a bit off. Like we wouldn't expect that kind of answer from the Prophet.
It's
not something you'd expect.
A bit.
But there's a deeper context behind it. It shows that you need to, like, for instance, how do you say it? Like mothering your because he was an adopted child, wasn't he? He wasn't the same.
So if he was an adopted, if I go with you and say, okay, he was an adopted child, but why would Hudayfa have concerns that Salim is going to try something on his wife if it's his stepmom? That's the whole point of Muhammad saying to her, breastfeed him.
So what actually happened in the end? What happened? Like, did she go through with it? Like, what was the conclusion?
Bro, we read that in the first hadith. It says at the end of 1453b, so I suckled him. She breastfed him. 1453b says, after she asked that question, how can I breastfeed him? He's a grown man. It says, she returned and said, so I suckled him, and what was there in the heart of Abu Hudayfa disappeared. Now her husband was calm, because according to this practice that Muhammad created, a woman can breastfeed a grown man, and all at that point, they can't do anything together.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a practice because the law was actually abrogated. Don't you remember the goat ate the verse about it?
Okay, let's say it was abrogated. Was it acceptable when Muhammad told her to do it and other women that did it?
Well, yeah, at the time.
Or was it backwards?
No, it seemed apparently backwards, but there was a wisdom behind it and it was abrogated.
Can you tell me the hikmah behind it? What's the hikmah behind it? What's the wisdom behind it?
I think it was just to remove any like weirdness or I don't know, bro. Like I really don't know. But like it was a solution that was for the time, but now it's abrogated. Like the goat ate the verse, so it doesn't apply in any sense. But then these kind of things can also be what was that? It was like for instance muta as well. Like temporary marriage.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Like that as well, that was abrogated. But
Yeah.
for a period of time it was allowed. So the same kind of thing. Like there was a wisdom behind it.
What was the wisdom? The wisdom. This is what's crazy about this. The wisdom behind it was the men couldn't keep their, what's in their trousers while they were away, so they agreed with women for a temporary marriage. What's the wisdom behind that? They couldn't stay faithful to their wives, so they said they need to agree to have a marriage with a woman for 24 hours, 48 hours, 7 days.
No, it's actually 3 days minimum. You can't do it.
Okay, sorry, 72 hours. That makes it it any better.
No, I heard someone saying 60 minutes or like 2 hours or something. I was like, that's not true.
Bro, 60 minutes, three days. Would you like your daughter or your wife? No, let's do it. Would you like your daughter or your sister to be in a marriage for 3 days? For the man to use her to fulfill his pleasure and to be gone. That's good for you.
It's abrogated. It's not allowed to be normal.
But the fact it was abrogated means that at a point in time, Muhammad said it's cool.
Yep. That's totally cool with me. That's fine with me.
Right.
I mean, it aligns. See, you're gonna say I'm coping this and that.
Bro, I'm not gonna say you're coping. I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna say. This is Islam.
No, but when we look at the paradigm that Islam actually follows, we are the embodiment of the Old Testament and the New Testament. That's what the Final Testament is. The Final Testament, it holds the laws of the Old Testament and the New Testament.
No, it doesn't.
There's a lot of crazy stuff in the Old Testament. So I'm trying to say, like, even though it doesn't necessarily make sense in 2026,
in what way do you think the Quran continues on the laws of the Old and the New Covenant, especially of the New Covenant? Please tell me where the Quran does that.
Well, we uphold the 10 Commandments. That's one for sure.
Really?
I mean, the Sabbath not so much, but like we hold.
So you don't uphold the 10 Commandments then?
Correct.
9 Commandments.
Okay.
What do you do? What do you do at the GameCube in Mecca? You bow down to it. You kiss it. The Kaaba.
Oh, the key.
The Kaaba.
That's a geometrically located energy center.
What do you guys do there as you circumambulate it? You go around it. What do you do to it?
We practice what the angels do in the skies.
You practice what the angels did in the skies. Interesting. So your position is, hold on.
You worship the cube.
Your position is that the Quran is the final testament, the continuation and the final seal of the Old and the New Testament, which it constantly contradicts, by the way. And now you're saying that the Kaaba as well is a part of what the angels did, despite the fact that nothing about the Kaaba is even remotely found in that supposed final testament. So how do you explain that?
The angels, they circulate the Kaaba. Like the
Kaaba. What
is...
they did, brother, I know the story. I said you made the point that the Quran is the final testament. Then you were talking about what the angels did, despite the fact that that is nowhere in your quote-unquote final testament. Nowhere. So where are you getting that from?
What, to do tawaf of the Kaaba?
You can't say that people haven't ever thought that the Kaaba looks like the GameCube, man. Come on, man. If you know, you know. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, man.
That's if you're a 90s baby, innit? But,
yeah.
It's a
All right,
key
cool,
door.
cool.
Right.
That's a
So
good
Halim,
point.
so in your final testament, you are now talking about the Kaaba and what the angels did.
10,000 steps.
These are the
Sorry,
these are the
Maverick.
angels of God, correct? Are these the angels of God that supposedly circulated this Kaaba?
They're still circulating it today.
Still circulating it today. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Where in God's word do we find that? Old Testament, New Testament, or Final Testament? Which one do we find that in?
It's in the hadith. There's a few hadith about it.
So not in the Final Testament.
It doesn't
So
necessarily
interestingly, you
give
called the Quran.
complete-
Now look at what you did. Look at what you did. You called the Quran the Final Testament. What does the word final mean, my friend?
It's the end, the last one.
The end and the last one. So if it's the end and the last one, then where do you get this idea that the Kaaba and the angels are circulating the Kaaba from later narrations when, according to your standard, the final and last testimony was in the Quran, which, by the way, the Kaaba is nowhere in. So is it the final testament or is it not?
We've got to do Hajj, isn't it? And Umrah as
Is
well.
it? I'm going to ask you one more time. Is it the final testament or is it not?
Yeah, correct. It's the final revelation. Yeah, final revelation. But the hadith are compiled afterwards, after the fact.
Really? So you do understand that in order to get information about these angels and what they're doing around the Kaaba, if this was truly a holy event, you do understand that that would have to be revelation, correct? Not just normal commentary from people who said that they spoke to Muhammad 600 years later. So where are you getting this revelation from? Because it's not truly revelation if it's not in the Quran by your standards.
I mean, the books of hadith are revelation. That's the verbatim word of what the Prophet said.
So
why are you throwing them under the bus?
So earlier, great, thank you. That's what I wanted to get to too. So those are revelation. So
I did
affirm it. Halim, so look at what you just did. Not but 15 minutes ago, you had a problem with J49er reading that revelation. Now it's a revelation. So why do you have a problem with J49er reading your revelation when it makes you uncomfortable?
I had a problem with Jay talking about these hadith that are not applicable in any way to this society. Like those are for like certain conditions.
Is it revelation or is it not?
Yeah, it's revelation.
Okay,
I
so
never
then why
said
do you
no.
have a problem with it? If it's revelation, how can revelation no longer be applicable to society, my friend? If it's a revelation from God, it is God's word and therefore for all time. Brother Israel, yes or no? Is revelation temporary or is it forever?
Forever.
Forever. So how can it not apply to today, Brother Halim, if according to you it's from Muhammad and therefore revelation?
But wait, Maverick, abrogation.
Abrogation. Here we go. Abrogation. So now you're saying it's abrogated, right? So do you have a problem with it because it was supposedly revelation, but it's abrogated revelation? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't necessarily say it was abrogated. I said more that it's not like people don't do that kind of stuff nowadays. Like, and if people do, then like they know it's wrong. Like you're not so like this is not general like what Muslim behavior is, because the way that it was presented, it was like, oh, these are what Muslims do. But I was going against the fact that I'm like, yo, every sane Muslim would be like, this is disgusting behavior. Like this is not what a Muslim is supposed to do.
But your prophet allowed it.
No, he didn't allow it. He didn't allow
Really?
it.
So
No,
if he didn't allow it, okay, again. So if he didn't allow it, show us in this supposed hadith revelation where he condemned it. Because if you don't allow something, then you would have prescriptive behavior to either discipline it or you would outright condemn it. So give us your revolutionary prophet's words that he did not allow this.
As in, there was two instances. One was incest and one was backdoor entrance. Like these two are like you're like outright. You're not supposed to do these things. So it's like it's innately going against the necrophilia and the goat stuff as well, because like these are all part of the same hadith. So
Hold on. Which one of those two? Which one of those two, in incest or sodomy? Which one of those two can be classified as necrophilia?
No, I'm saying in the hadith. I'm saying in the hadith there was four instances of those kind of like sexual activities. But when it comes to like the Prophet actually saying like backdoor entrance and incest is like strictly like is disgusting behavior, you shouldn't do that.
I didn't ask you about that. I asked you about what Brother Jay was talking about earlier, specifically about the necrophilia, right? If he went out of his way and he made it clear and made sure that people knew that he stood against sodomy and incest, then where is the very same condemnation for necrophilia? It's not a difficult question.
I think it's implied. I don't know if it's not specifically mentioned. I don't know if it's actually ever
Why would it be implied? Why would it be implied when they are completely different actions? People, even when you're having incest or sodomy, those people are alive, my friend. So how can you infer that?
Because it's mentioned in the same hadith, the same way the muta hadith, when the muta was
I don't care if it's mentioned in the same hadith. That's not what I asked you. I asked you, where is your prophet's condemnation for necrophilia? You're saying it's implied because he spoke out against sodomy and he spoke out against incest. Okay, congratulations. You spoke out against the same things that they've been speaking out against in Christianity for centuries. My question to you is, where in that hadith did he speak out against necrophilia, brother? And don't tell me that it's inferred or implied, because it's not inferred or implied.
I mean, I don't know how many people are actually doing necrophilia, but because it's in the same hadith with the 4 instances that were mentioned, and 2 of them are like strictly condemned, then that would mean the other 2 are also condemned.
No, that's a leap, bro. That's a leap.
Go ahead, Israel.
You can't leap like that, bro. Come on, man. Just because
That's
two,
that's
bro.
how hadith works.
Just
That's how hadith
because
works.
just because you
The
have
reason behind it.
listen, just because you've got a contradictory source somewhere else that says, okay, no, this isn't acceptable for 2 things, you can't now say that means all 4 things are cancelled out, bro. That's not how it works, man. That's a leap.
All right, for instance, when it comes to muta, like muta was abrogated. I think it was I forgot which battle it was, but I think they won back Makkah. I'm not 100% sure, you know. I need to read up on it. But when muta was abrogated, every single hadith that talks about the abrogation of muta, when the Prophet peace be upon him said that you can no longer perform this, like you can't practice this
Until the day of resurrection.
marriage contract. Yeah,
Mhm.
but every hadith that mentions that, it also mentions that the eating of donkey meat is also not permitted.
They
I
don't
think
they,
that was
they don't all mention that.
Nah, every single hadith that mentions the abrogation of muta, it mentions the donkey meat of the donkey. You
It
can't eat
doesn't.
it. It does.
Doesn't. We could look at one right. I can show you one right now, which doesn't mention
Where's
donkey meat.
where it's being abrogated and it's not mentioning donkey meat.
It abrogates muta, but it doesn't talk about donkey meat or anything. You want to read it?
You sure?
Positive. You want to read it?
Okay. I was going to use it as an example, but if there is one, then what are you saying? It's the Prophet? It's not Abu Bakr or
Because
Umar?
we've looked at it before, but we can bring it up. We can look at it again today. All right. So it's Ibn Majah, 1962.
Okay. I was only using it for like reference because how do you say it? The meat of the donkey is basically when societies aren't built properly, or like when societies aren't flourishing, and that's when muta was actually allowed. So for it to be abrogated at the same time as the meat of the donkey means that society wasn't built to a certain standard yet. So once societies are built to a certain standard, then nikah is the only way that the marriage contract is permissible. There's no muta that is permissible. So I was only using that for like an instance of like where the wisdom of the hadith is like you've got to look at the full context and then you can kind
All
of
right,
draw
cool. Look,
comparisons.
Ibn Majah, 1962, right? I've looked at this hadith multiple times in conversations with Muslims. Prohibition of temporary marriage. You read this hadith, it just talks about the same stuff I kind of alluded to earlier on. They went out for the for his farewell pilgrimage, sorry, and they came to Muhammad and they said, "Look, celibacy is too difficult for them." He said, Muhammad, that is, make temporary marriages with these women. So they went to them, and then it goes on and the guy basically gets a woman, and then the next day it says, at the end of the hadith, he saw Muhammad, and Muhammad said, "O people, I had permitted temporary marriage for you, but Allah has forbidden it until the day of resurrection. However, whoever had any temporary wives, he should let them go and do not take back anything that you've given them." And the hadith ends. That's one example. There's another example we could look at if you want. Basically, it says the same thing. Doesn't mention anything about the donkey. So,
Have you not read anything about the meat of the donkey? Is it not mentioned?
I haven't seen any of the hadith, at least that I can remember, that are linked to muta and the donkey. So for you to say, again, it goes back to the point I was making, bro. You can't use a hadith that cancels one thing and say it cancels out other stuff which is mentioned in a different place.
I was more saying it to like see the context of the time period and all that kind of stuff. Because when it comes to hadith and like the wisdom behind it, there is like how do you say it? There is like a greater wisdom behind a lot of these hadiths, and you can't just look at certain things verbatim without kind of like tying it back to certain other things.
There's a hikmah. There's a wisdom to what Muhammad's doing. Yeah.
Really is.
Right. I mean, if they're a revelation, according to you, do you see how hypocritical it is when you tell us we can't look at them verbatim? Like, is it revelation or is it not?
I'm saying more like portraying it like this is what Muslims do, because that's crazy. Like
Nobody,
we don't do that.
listen, we're reading your source material and telling you what your prophet said or supposedly what your God said. That's it. We're not portraying anybody in a bad light. We're literally showing the world this is the doctrine of the religion that claims it's best for the world. And when you start digging into that doctrine, people like you start getting uncomfortable because you understand the implications of it, despite the fact that you don't want to admit it out loud. This is why Brother Israel does this so much, because you guys will tell women as they're walking by when you're doing dawah, yes, this religion is so much better for you. But then when you start reading these things that supposedly the greatest of mankind had to say, doesn't seem like it's so good for women or pretty much anyone else in the world. So yeah, we're going to read things verbatim because I understand that in Islam, it is discouraged to investigate and to ask questions, but the rest of the world's going to ask questions, brother, because when you look at what your prophet really had to say, it's pretty disgusting, honestly, pretty disgusting. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you otherwise just because you're saying, well, it's verbatim and it's abrasive. Yes, it is abrasive, but we didn't introduce the abrasiveness into it. The one who introduced the abrasiveness into the world with these doctrine was your prophet. It wasn't us. So why are you getting it uncomfortable because we're reading it out loud? That's my question to you.
It's got more shock value than anything. It's like it kind of puts you in a bit of an uncomfortable situation because you've got certain values and morals as like from 2026, and then you hear certain things and you're like, huh?
Bro, you know what's so crazy about what you're saying, Halim?
But there is hikmah. There is
Halim, you know what's so crazy about what you're saying? Muslims talk about this thing, what they call fitra, right?
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Position.
Okay, that innate, deep-rooted like feeling inside, which like will lead you to truth, right?
Yeah.
So use that right now. Like I asked you these questions before. I'll ask you this too again though. I'll ask it in this way. So imagine a Muslim man comes to your sister and he says, let's have a marriage for 3 days. It's only going to be 3 days. We'll have our marriage. I'll fulfill my desires, and then you can go about your business. I'll give you your dowry, whatever we agree on. So they're married for 3 days. Like, doesn't something about what I'm saying like cause you to scratch your head? Like, why would we even call that marriage?
Bro, no sane man would ever say that to my face. And secondly, that
why?
Kind of marriage is not permitted. It's not permitted. You're not allowed to do that kind of stuff. It's being abrogated for a reason. Like that's not part of the Sharia anymore. Like no Sunni Muslim does that. Maybe Shia Hadith, who they don't really take like Sunni Hadith.
But we're not talking about Shia right now. I know Shia still do it today, but for the Sunni Muslims who are bound by the sources that they have to accept, this was live. This was something that Muhammad said they can do. So,
but when it comes to temporary marriage, you do understand the context behind it.
Yeah, the men couldn't keep their in their trousers while they were away. So they wanted to have.
You're painting it.
Oh, I'm painting it. We, bro.
I mean, it does.
No.
Say that in a way.
Bro, don't do that, bro.
But
don't say it says it. Don't say it says it in a way. The Hadith says, we went out with the Messenger of Allah on the farewell pilgrimage, and they said, O Messenger of Allah, celibacy has become too difficult for us. He said, then make temporary marriages with these women. Bro, how are you trying to deny what's clear in the source? They came and said they can't keep it. inside. Muhammad now offers up this solution. It's fine. Make temporary marriages. Come on, man.
Yeah, and there's a certain context, there's a certain paradigm behind it.
But what did the what did that hadith tell us the context was of this situation?
I mean,
Be truthful.
It's not gonna sound.
Be truthful.
Not gonna sound any better.
Be truthful. What does it say? This is a religion that says a Muslim man can have 4 wives.
Yeah, yeah.
And as many as your right hand possesses. Let's not even forget that. Let alone the fact, bro. Bro, let alone the fact that with those benefits that a Muslim thinks they are, a Muslim man can have 4 wives, as many as his right hand possesses, right? So pretty much a potentially unlimited amount of females. But for some reason, they find themselves out in a battle and they still can't keep it inside. And
it's not.
You're saying, well, there's some
amount of females.
Bro, if you can have up to 4 wives and you can have as your right hand possesses, if your right hand possessed, if you came into the possession of 500 slave girls, you could have all of them. Right?
Who's going to keep 500 slave
girls?
Bro,
we're not talking about who's going to do it, but according to Islam, a Muslim man can do that, right? Isn't that what you're gearing towards in paradise? Many more than 500, right?
No, but paradise is a different paradigm. But when it comes to muta, when it comes to these kind of instances, there's a context and a reason for the permissibility and the impermissibility of these kind of contracts.
And what did they say?
You're never gonna get truth out of somebody who's constantly lying to themselves. And this is exactly what he's doing.
I didn't even explain the reason for the muta. Like
bro, the hadith tells you the reason. It gives you the context.
Okay, where were they traveling? Were they away from home? They didn't have wives?
Yes, yes, they were away from home, out at battle. They wanted to relieve themselves, and Muhammad came up with a solution for them.
It wasn't came up. It was divine revelation.
That makes it even worse.
But you see, when it comes to
okay, hold on. If you go and meet a woman today, and you agree you're going to pay them a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time, what do we call that today?
A little bit of dating.
No, we don't call that dating, bro. Be real, man. Come on, what do we call that today?
What do you mean, women today want like how much like?
What do we call that today?
You're talking about verbatim for sleeping with a person. Yeah, it's like prostituting.
Okay, now you just said that this was divine revelation. So you think the true God is going to say that prostitution, in your own words, is acceptable, even if it's for a season? You think this is how he thinks women should be treated?
No, it's not prostitution. So you let the woman know as well. So there's certain parameters around muta as well.
It is, but then it isn't. That's what you just said. It is, but it isn't.
But then you can look at, okay, I'm not trying to make it like this or that, but I'm just saying there's certain things in today's society where you can say, okay, that's like could be potentially linked to as prostitution, in it. But what I'm trying to say is when it comes to muta, there's a verbal contract that's being made with a woman. She knows what the deal is. She can say no. You know, she's not being duped into this or anything.
No one's talking about being duped, bro.
She's agreeing to it.
The same promiscuous women that do that stuff today know what they're getting into. They know what money's coming to them. It's the exact same situation. Pay me a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time for us to fulfill our lusts, and then we'll be gone.
Yeah, like a lot of women like are cool with that. Some women,
if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, what is it, Halim?
No, but some girls like that situation type stuff. You know what I mean?
Halim,
I'm not saying it's good to do.
Halim,
per se. I'm just saying like,
you said it's divine revelation, bro. So it has to be good to you.
No, I'm saying that these women who are getting into the contracts, they knew it was a temporary marriage. They understood the
Bro, Halim,
paradigms
I'm
of
not even
what the marriage
disputing
was.
with you over that. I'm not disputing with you over that. But this is divine revelation, you said, and you think this is good.
For a while, I actually thought that I personally never did muta, but I'm thinking it might actually be a way of solving the dating problem today. Because if women nowadays, like, I'm just play with the idea for a second.
Bro,
Like
I
women
don't, bro,
nowadays,
I don't want to play with that
they,
idea, man.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm
if
gonna be
they
real. I
knew,
respect
okay,
you too much to even play with that idea.
no, I'm just saying, like, if a woman knows that, okay, 2 months we're gonna review our contract, see where it goes, and then, like, if it's good, we're gonna keep it going. If it's bad, we're gonna, like, part ways. I feel like it's a lot more honest as opposed to, like,
Instead of
I'm not
saying
really
I'm gonna
sure, like,
marry
all that kind of
someone
stuff.
and I'm gonna be faithful and I'm gonna be true to my word and I'm gonna be in this with you until the end, till death do us part. What marriage was intended for initially.
Yeah, that's the best way of doing it. I'm saying for, like, society today, how things are. Sometimes, like, it's good to have a time where it's like, okay, well, let's review things after a month. If it is like we're both happy, then we'll keep it
Bro,
going.
you
If, like,
listen, marriage isn't a joke, bro.
no, it's not a joke.
Marriage is a
I'm not making a
serious
joke out of it.
commitment that you make. Two people come together and they enter into a covenant. It's not just some contract. I'm gonna sign this and then we'll look over it again next week or in a couple months. If you enter into a marriage, bro, you're entering till death. That's what you're actually signing up for. You're saying, I'm gonna be faithful to you. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna honor you. I'm gonna protect you. All of this different kind of stuff until I'm dead. Not let's see how it goes for a couple weeks. Let's go for a couple test drives. And then after, we're going to turn around and say, oh, you know what? Like, here, take the money and go. Bro, come on, man.
That's why it's impermissible. You shouldn't do it.
The crazy thing about this is how you're defending it, but then not defending it. You can see the problem, but then...
I'm more saying, like, averting the dating culture. Like, if women or, like, men, they were more honest, were like, okay, let's set a time limit and actually, like, have a communion with God for this time period. It's like a verbal agreement, and then at the end of the time period we kind of discuss and see where things are, and it just kind of, like, saves breaking hearts and, like, cheating and all this, like, kind of, all this, like, bad stuff that happens. It's just kind of honesty, and it's like a way of protecting each other's, like, sanity as well, in a sense. Like, everybody just kind of stays happy and, like, honest with each other. I'm just playing with the idea, like, hypothetically. I'm not actually, like, advocating it anyway, but I'm saying you're making it out to be prostitution when it's not like that. Both the men and the women, they were consenting, and they were
That's exactly what you'd call prostitution, bro.
There were certain parameters
you do know that, right?
that were put on.
You do know that's exactly what prostitution is. A man and a woman both agree for a set time, for a set amount. You're literally explaining what it is and then saying it's not the same.
Nah, but prostitution is where you're literally selling yourself for money. This is not selling yourself for money. You're not doing it for the intention of money. That's not the intent of it. As a woman, I do see what you're trying to say. Okay, I can see the point that you're making, but it's not that. There is a difference between it, because prostitution is ungodly, and it
So why isn't this ungodly?
like, the woman just gets ran through, like, just like multiple men, like, different, like, all that kind of stuff.
Okay,
But I think even
let
with
me
muta, there
let me
should be,
ask
like,
you a question, yeah, bro. Let me ask you a question.
I'm not 100% sure about.
These guys, let me go back to the hadith, right? We'll save this hadith for another day. These guys in this hadith, when it says, where is it? So we came to a woman and she said one cloak is like another. So he and his friend went out and he was the younger guy. He looked better, basically, is what he's saying. So she chose him. They agreed. So then it says where is it? So I married her. Imagine they even call it marriage, and stayed with her that night. Do you think this guy and guys like him who were saying that celibacy was too difficult for them, do you think they wanted to do anything other than run through these women and go back to where they came from? Do you think these lot sounded like they cared anything like seriously about these women?
Can you repeat the hadith from top?
It said,
so, like, I can talking about.
It says, celibacy has become too difficult for us. This is what they say. Does that sound like someone who is, then it says, so I married her and stayed with her that night. So he married her, did the business, and you think this is a guy and people like him who are doing this. Do you think these people were there to say, we care about these women, or they care about fulfilling their lust? What does it sound like they're more focused on? Speak the truth, man. Put the devil to shame.
Yeah, it does seem like that in a sense, but it's not necessarily is like that, because there were certain how do you say it? It's gonna sound bad if I say it out loud. I don't know if I should say it out loud.
What if it is bad?
I think it's it's not bad. It's more just how do you say it? When it comes to God, I don't know how to like I'm saying it like, okay, so these guys, they were not these guys, sorry, astaghfirullah, like the Sahaba, they were spreading the deen, they were propagating the deen, they were you know, going to different lands and spreading the deen.
Okay.
And
so as they fulfilled their lust, they were able to spread the deen of Islam.
No, it wasn't fulfilling their lust. That's not what it was.
I get you. You're saying they were spreading the deen. They used these as opportunities to spread the deen.
No, but have you heard about the hadith about when these men used to go into different lands, and how like everybody, they like used to be like innately just drawn to them. Like there was like, because obviously these men were filled with the Holy Spirit. They were walking with the final messenger. Like they were they had an aura about them which was different to other men.
Okay.
So it they were innately like drawing people to them, and as they were propagating, like imagine they were like flocks of people around them. Like they weren't quiet, shy people. Like you've got to understand the actual like context of like what is going on when they go out to these places and give dawah. Like they become literally celebrities. Like they make the whole town convert into Islam. So imagine like what comes with that is innately like a bunch of women wants to be with you. You know what I'm trying to say?
All right, Halim, listen. I'm
not saying
listen,
like
bro.
prostitution is, because it's not prostitute. It's not like that in any way.
I've heard a lot from Muslims. Trust me. Last time I spoke to Muslims, I heard a Muslim say, "Muslims, we don't use our brains in Islam." Today, I've heard a lot from you. And one of the things you just said, just in my own simple interpretation, is muta is a way to spread the deen of Islam. All right, bro. Listen.
I didn't say it's a way to. I didn't.
Listen, Halim, listen. There's something about you. I actually like you, man. I feel like there's some good in you somewhere that would like to come out, and only because of that, bro. Only because listen. Jesus will Jesus will definitely bring that out of you. Jesus will definitely bring that out of you if you actually read what he says and follow what he says. But
no, for sure, like the New Testament's got a lot of light in there.
But listen, bro, listen. You can call in again another time, man. All right.
All right, that's cool.
Right.
I mean, let's just end it on a like, how do you say it? Prostitution outright is bad. We don't agree with it. Mota today is abrogated. You're not supposed to do it.
All right.
And
God bless Halim.
Yeah, there's a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom in the hadith.
Follow the truth, bro.
I'll give you a follow.
My goodness. Muta is a way to spread the deen. Have you ever heard anything like that before, Maverick? Has anybody who's listening ever heard anything like this before? Muta, temporary marriage, is a way to spread Islam. Imagine. Now you know again, guys. This is why I always say, pray for these people. Okay? This is not a joke. This is what Islam does to you. And this is why I keep saying, thank God I'm not a Muslim. Could you imagine needing to defend this sort of stuff? Imagine having to defend this. Nostradamus, feel free to call in if you're so knowledgeable. He apparently doesn't have the knowledge, but you apparently do have the knowledge. This is definitely correct. It's a spiritual war. This is why you need to pray for these callers. You can hear it when they hear certain things. They're surprised. They don't understand what's going on. But then at the same time, they're like, you know what? Well, this is my religion. I have to stick up. I have to go along with it. God bless you, George. How you doing?
How's it going, host?
No name. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, I have a question. When did Christianity start giving property in regards to inheritance to women?
No name.
Yes.
No name. Are you a Muslim?
Yes, I'm a Muslim.
Okay. What kind of Muslim are you?
I'm a Sunni Muslim.
So you accept the Quran and Hadith?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And you think Islam is good for women?
It's better than Christianity. Christianity didn't give inheritance to women so late.
Bro, obviously you don't know the Bible.
I do know the Bible. You want me to tell you how I know the Bible? Because I've read it.
Women have. So if you read it, how do you not know that women were given inheritance in Numbers, in the book of Numbers? That's the fourth book in the Bible, the Torah.
Yeah, you guys weren't giving
How do
women
you not know that?
You guys weren't, because by history you guys weren't giving it.
Bro, how do you not know that? How do you not know? This is what's so funny about. I don't know if these Muslims, they call in and they think, well, look, we're just gonna say whatever we're gonna say.
So as I stated, you guys were not giving women inheritance.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So and
then you guys also view that women can be teachers.
Listen to me.
And then you guys also view that women have to be subservient to their husbands like masters.
My goodness.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Do women not have to be okay?
Yes, you are wrong.
Can women
bro.
not be teachers?
Bro, yes, you are wrong. Yes, you are wrong.
All right, prove that I'm wrong.
Bro, I already proved you were wrong with the first thing you said, and you've now run to other stuff.
You actually did not.
Okay. I didn't. Apparently,
no, you didn't.
Apparently. I didn't. Apparently.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
I literally told you the book where this happens, and I apparently didn't I didn't do anything. This is Islam.
So you quoted the Torah, correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
You quoted numbers in the Torah. All right. Is Jesus following everything in the Torah? Yes or no?
Bro. This is how much you're afraid of Islam. This is how much you're afraid of Islam.
I'm asking you a question. Did he follow everything in the Torah? Yes or no? Did Jesus follow everything in the Torah? Yes or no? You're formulating the argument that your evidence is from numbers.
This is how afraid of Islam you are.
I'm not. I'm asking you a question. Did he follow everything in the Torah? Yes or no?
Bro, this is how afraid of Islam you are.
Yes or no? Simple question. Did he follow everything in the Torah?
This is how afraid of Islam you are.
Okay, you can't substantiate the argument, right?
I don't need to substantiate anything for you.
Yeah, so you provided evidence from the Torah, which is the Old Testament, right? However, in regards to Jesus, did he follow the Torah in its totality? Yes or no?
Bro.
I'm sorry, Israel. I had to step out of the car. What did I miss?
We've got some new caller in who thinks he is smart. He's already come on, made a lot of mistakes, and he's still trying to speak confidently. For some reason, I don't know.
I see.
So, are you ready to talk about how women are treated in Islam? No name.
You said that in Christianity they're treated better, correct?
Are you ready to talk about how Islam treats women? Yes or no?
Are you ready to talk about how Christianity
are
supposedly treats them better?
Yes or no, bro?
Are you ready to talk about how Christianity treats them better?
Israel, he doesn't.
All right, bro.
Calls everybody stream. He doesn't.
Don't look down, no name.
What he wants to do is like the other caller. He wants to appeal to his horrible eisegesis of Christianity. Then he's going to get blasted, shown that what he's trying to insinuate about numbers of Jesus isn't actually true. But then he'll have successfully obfuscated and diverted away from his own religion, because just like people like Libiano and Dean Responds and everybody else, they don't want to talk about Islam because they know Islam cannot withstand scrutiny. And this is how pathetic, this is what I told you. This is how pathetic they are. They have to go to Christianity because this is what they, if Muhammad was truly the best of that mankind had to offer, they would be dying to talk about him. But they don't. Notice that they don't. They never do.
See,
they never want to talk about their prophet and what he said.
Bro,
they never want to talk about the stuff that he prescribed. They only want to talk about Jesus Christ. And then when you cook them on that, they're gonna claim victory anyway. It's really pathetic.
Bro, this is the crazy thing. It's like, this is why I don't even like entertaining them, because especially when they come up and they say stuff and it's like they're wrong from the beginning, and you tell them they're wrong, and then they think, okay, cool. Instead of actually to slow down, imagine you're running down a road and you realize you're running down the wrong road. You don't keep running faster down the road. You actually say, actually, I need to stop. Let me actually get my bearings and realize, actually, where am I going? And they keep going as if they've actually made good points. It's crazy, man. All right, no
they
name.
Can't engage. They can't engage. They see the prompt. It's not like they don't see the prompt.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
They're shook, bro.
They don't want to engage.
They clearly shook.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad.
All right, no name. Second chance. Second chance. We'll give you grace. We apparently don't listen. All right, no name. All right. Seems to be gone. He ain't connecting. This is crazy.
Nostradamus, if you think we don't listen, then go ahead and request.
Yeah, I told him already. They've been in the comment section.
You're under. I think that you are under the presupposition that we have to listen to Muslims who come in and speak about whatever they want to speak about instead of respecting the prompt. If a Christian called into a Muslim live and did that, you'd be the first one supporting him getting kicked off. But when Muslims do it here, because you feel they have the right to just hijack whatever live they want, we don't listen.
Exactly.
Where the hell does it say that we have to listen to anybody who's talking about anything else but what the prompt is? Respect the prompt.
Yes.
That's all you got to do.
Yes. How you doing? Hello? Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
How you doing? You alright?
Yeah, hello. I'm good, you?
Yeah, I'm blessed. You're Muslim?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I am.
Okay. What kind of Muslim are you? Sunni or Shia?
Sunni.
Okay. So you accept the hadith?
Oh, I've never been asked that. Like,
Yeah, I like to know who I'm speaking to.
Yeah, fair.
How is Islam bad for women, you said?
So why do you think that Islam is bad for women?
Well, there's loads of different reasons, but I was just speaking to someone before, right? And we were talking about how there was a point in time where Muhammad, according to him, under divine revelation, said that it was okay to have temporary marriages with women. So you agree with a woman, I'm going to marry you for 3 days, I'm going to marry you for 7 days, I'm going to marry you for a short period in time, I'm going to fulfill my lusts, and then I'm going to give you some money, you go your way, I go my way. What do we call that today?
What would you call it?
Prostitution. What would you call it?
I would call it... Where did you read that?
And he actually,
was it in the hadith of the Quran?
Yeah, and it was in the hadith, and he actually said, this Muslim guy, that this was a way to spread the deen of Islam. What do you think about that?
What about the separate relationships with the deen?
Temporary
Of
marriages.
Islam.
Men, the Muslim men, he said, the hikmah behind it, the wisdom, a wisdom behind it was apparently that these men could go out and have these temporary marriages for 3 days, a week, and they could spread the deen of Islam to these women and to the people in the city. You think that sounds good for women or bad for women?
Well, it's how they would have taken it. It's like obviously we wouldn't know that.
Well, yes. How would you take it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
If this was your daughter and a man came up to you right now and stated, "I know that your religion allows this, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to quote marry her unquote. I'll give and I'm gonna take her Friday morning. I'll drop her off Sunday night. I'm gonna drop a couple bucks in her pocket, take her to a nice little hotel, but it's okay because we were married." What would you say to that guy?
well, that's completely different because if they're spreading,
That's exactly the same situation. So the question still
Islam.
stands.
No,
The question still stands, and this is something that was tolerated by your prophet. So what we're asking you is, how would you react to that?
would you think that's good or bad? Yes.
What if they were just taking her to a random hotel? That's completely different.
It was the same thing, except there were no
But
hotels.
if
The
back then they
situation
would
was
have
the
had a
same.
nikah, they would have had. It's
Yes.
not because
What we're telling
the
you is
husband
that
would have
your
been
prophet-
educating the wife.
Yes, this is not about education. This is about, as Brother Israel stated earlier,
Fulfilling your
men
lust.
who were allowed to have extraordinarily short marriage contracts for no other reason except that they wanted to have intercourse with these women and then be done with them, and there was no limit to how many times this could be done. And not only that, but this was actually tolerated by your prophet in the hadith.
Imagine,
So what we're
Maverick,
asking
imagine
you
this. People are saying it's not true. Don't believe them. We were literally reading the source a few minutes
Right.
ago.
Correct. J49 read the entire thing. It is Sahih Muslim, rated Sahih. So you know what? Yes, after you're done speaking with us, I encourage you to Google 3-day marriage contracts Sahih Muslim. If we're lying, we didn't write the Sahihs. That's been in existence in your culture for centuries. And according to you guys, when it's rated Sahih, those are the words of my prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? Okay, great. So once you finish reading it, now I ask you again, what would you say to a man who wanted to supposedly marry your daughter for 3 years, knowing fully well that all he was doing was having his way with her, and then she gets to come back to your house and he drops a couple bucks in her pocket? What would you call that? And how would you feel about that? Because that's what your prophet said was okay, not us.
Well, if it was my daughter, she would be fulfilling her duty as a woman. In Islam, as a woman, you should be having your child, you should be educating that child, and then you will hopefully reach paradise. But you just said culture, when culture and Islam are completely different.
This is
Culture
Islamic
has
culture.
always been known for twisting Islam.
Are the words of Muhammad part of
Islamic
Islamic
culture
culture?
is still culture.
Are the words of Muhammad part of Islamic culture?
No, it's a part of the religion.
So Islam is not a part of your culture.
I'm Bengali just because it's
Oh my gosh.
a religion in my
Is
culture does not.
Is Islam part of your culture? Yes or no?
Yes, but they're different things.
Okay, so it is part of your culture and it is your religion. Thank you. You stated something about educating your daughter. What does educating your daughter matter when you're literally allowed to pimp her out by the words of your own prophet?
Pimp her.
That's what you're doing.
Like,
you're allowing a guy to marry her, which is not really marriage. It's a 72-hour contract when really the only one who is getting any benefit from that is the man, because he is using her to have intercourse with her under the guise of it being okay because there's a supposed marriage.
Yeah, but
then by
Maverick,
the
she
end of
gets
the third
paid.
day,
She gets some money.
and she gets paid, and she gets paid.
She gets money.
And that's fantastic. But the way that you stated, well, as long as she's educated, there's no problem with that. Is that your position?
well, as long as she was treated well, she was not abused or hit, then
So Yaz, you think
to me that
having
would
a
be
temporary
fine.
marriage
as long as she was
with a man for 3 days is being treated well as a woman?
if they were being treated well, she was being educated. She was.
Yes.
She had her nikah. She had the certificate of
the education.
Being a Muslim woman married to a Muslim man.
The education, sister, of knowing, okay, cool, this is how we can treat you as a woman. We can agree to a marriage with you for 3 days, give you money so we can fulfill our lust and you can be gone.
I would not accept if it was out of lust.
Okay, well, one of the listen. One of the hadith we read tells us that was exactly why they wanted to do this, because they were lustful. They needed to do the deed.
But then your prophet found that it was acceptable so long as they had a temporary marriage contract, which just goes to show that even your prophet didn't take the covenant of marriage very serious if he looked at it and said, okay, we'll just say they were married so that these men can do whatever they want and fulfill their little lusts and pleasures, and now everyone's okay with it. The fact that you cannot see how insanely ridiculous and immoral that is just goes to show, Brother Israel, that when something is stated by Muhammad, these people will betray their morals rather than stand against this man who did the most reprehensible things. And I think it's disgusting. I credit you for being able to have these conversations.
Bro, this is why I was saying to the last guy earlier on, Islam always talks about, this fitra, this inner thing inside which shows them and will lead them to the truth. But you have these conversations with them about these different topics and they turn their minds off.
I don't believe we turn our minds off. I wouldn't accept it out of lust, but I only learn from the Quran, not the hadith.
So you don't accept hadith now?
I never said that I did. I just said.
Okay.
Where did you get it from?
Okay, you never said you did. Okay.
All right. I apologize for that. Sorry.
All right. Well.
But with how Islam is bad for women, culture has always been intertwined and made out to be that's what's true.
Sister, look, I'm not interested in culture. Culture is not important to me. In these conversations, I just want to stick strictly to the sources that you accept. That's it. So if the source says you can have a temporary marriage, you can have a temporary marriage. If it says, okay, this was only for a season and then after a while he cut it off, I'll go with the sources. But I don't understand why you can say, you know what, this doesn't sound good, it doesn't look good, you wouldn't like it if it was just for lust. But the hadith says it was all about lust. So just confirm, you don't accept hadith, you only accept the Quran.
Yeah, I'm a revert, so I only listen to the Quran.
Okay. Being a revert doesn't mean you only read the Quran, you know that, right? All right.
For me,
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I came on here thinking it was about how the culture and Islam, not just...
No, because culture is something different, right? I can agree with you with what you're saying. Like, culture is different. Culture, people can change and do other stuff because of the times. But faithful Muslims have to stick to what the Quran says and the Hadith, or in your case, just the Quran. So, regardless of what the culture is saying, the culture we know can change, but God isn't obviously going to change. So, if you want to stick to the Quran, let me read something to you from the Quran and let me know what you think about it. You have your Quran?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. This is chapter 2, verse 223. Chapter 2, verse 223. Right. It says, speaking to the men, your women are a tillage for you. So come unto your tillage as you wish, and forward for your souls, and fear God, and know that you shall meet him. Give good tidings to the believers. So, in simple terms, right, Muhammad is giving the men instructions here that they can have relations with their wives whenever they want, however they want. And there's even a hadith which actually says, if a man asks his woman for you know what, and she says no, the angels are going to be cursing her all night.
Well,
you think that's good for women?
she could be. No, I do. I think.
You said no.
No, I think Allah has mercy in his heart and would understand.
Understand what?
Because when
women are your
understand
tillage.
why she didn't take that.
Women are your tillage. You go whenever you want, as you wish.
Why she?
That's what it says.
Yeah, but I think if she said no, I don't want that to happen, and if she would get cursed.
What's the reason?
I don't believe that. The reason.
So listen, sister. This is the difference, right? In Christianity, a husband and wife, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, that's a book in the New Testament, right? A husband and a wife, they have to agree on this. A husband can't say, no, you're not going to get any. A wife can't say, no, you're not going to get any. They agree when to do it, when not to do it. They have that agreement. Both of them can say, okay, look, let's go on a fast. Let's take some time away to pray and to do all that kind of stuff. They can agree in that way. In Islam, this, just like the hadith about muta, it's all centered around the man and his pleasures. He can come and sow his seed whenever he wants, however he wants.
Yeah, so, but I don't think she has to take it. She could be the best Muslim in the world. She could be the most strictest Muslim in the world, but she.
They reported the stream again, guys. For us reading the sources. Surprise, surprise. Yaz, are you there? You can't make this up. You read, she's gone. You read their sources, you read their hadith, you read their Quran, etc. And they report the live stream. Crazy, guys. They come up, they call in, they ask you, why is it bad? You tell them, and all they do is agree with you, yeah, that is bad, and then turn around and say, but. Pray for these people, guys. This is mind-boggling. Like, could you imagine if Christians are being shown their book and we're like, no, we don't accept it. What kind of religion does this to people? And they want you to believe this is the religion of truth. Muhammad did say that the majority of people in hell are women because they're disrespectful to their husbands. And because, as Muhammad said, women were the dumbest people he's ever seen. All right, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're doing that good stuff. Let's combat these Muslims who are doing their best to keep their own sources out of the ears of their own people. She definitely is lost, and this is why we need to pray for them so they can actually be found. And the light that we're shining towards them, they can open up their eyes and see. Thank you, Follow, for liking it. Appreciate you. We've heard some crazy stuff today. Nicole says she's happy as a Muslim woman. I'm sure if you're happy, it's because you don't know what Islam really teaches about women. So if you called in and we had a conversation, I'm sure if you were actually reasonable, you'd actually leave not happy. But then again, Muhammad said you were the dumbest people he's ever seen, half-brain. So according to Muhammad, you probably couldn't be reasonable anyway. And that's the problem. They don't read their own scriptures. They recite it. And they recite it in a language which most of the Muslims on the planet don't even understand. So they're reciting something which they don't understand, they don't read. And they're shocked and will start calling us liars and deceivers when we start talking about these conversations about this stuff. I'm apparently a non-Muslim who hasn't studied Islam. I think I've studied Islam probably more than 95% of the Muslims I've spoken to in my live streams. So if I don't know Islam and I haven't studied Islam, which I'm not even professing to be like some Islamic scholar, then what does that say about most of the Muslims I'm having conversations with? I think that says enough. It says it all. More than crazy, Milan. More than crazy. Read them the hadith. No, we don't accept hadith. Read them the Quran. They disappear. Let's see. Let's look at some of these other comments. Quran, Hadith, and Tafsir is too much for them to read or remember. It's true. But yes, it's in the Quran, bro. You can look at. Okay, 424. And imagine, it's funny you even mentioned that, Milan, right? In regards to like temporary marriages, because I've been saying, like, look, I've been having conversations with Muslims on this topic for weeks. Because some Muslim man decided to post a video talking about how Islam honors women more than Christianity. So I said, okay, cool. Let's have these conversations and see who's actually telling the truth. And one of the things I keep saying is, look, we are not even really out of first gear. We're not out of first gear. Some of the stuff, even some of the stuff earlier on in the stream, I don't know if you hear Milan, a brother named Jay came on and he was talking about some stuff which the Muslims are shocked when we have conversations about the stuff I'm talking about. I don't know what's going to happen to Muslims if they start hearing that stuff that he was talking about, which is crazy. But, guys, take this off.
Yeah, Israel, I might have to get off here in a minute, man. But yeah, it's been a wild ride today, man. And you know the thing about that is you made a lot of great points, especially about the fact that Islam has been literally built on a foundation of deception, right? Even when people
without lies, Islam dies.
Exactly. Even when people within this religion are brave enough to ask questions, they're told, well, it's in Arabic, and they know that for the majority of the time that's going to work because they can just kind of pass it off as, well, in the Arabic it says blah, 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 and then you'll just take their word for it. For the very small percentage that can speak Arabic, they do the secondary brainwashing where it's like, well, this is metaphorical. Oh, well, this is abrogated. They always have an excuse. They always have an excuse. And it really is sad because subconsciously or otherwise, they know that. And that's why when you ask these questions, how many today alone have come, what about the book of Numbers? What about Jesus Christ? What about the Bible? What about the Torah? You know what I'm saying? Like, brother, if your religion really is from God, if it's that strong and trustworthy, then why is the first thing out of your mouth trying to go to something else? Even let's just say you were right about everything that you're saying about Christianity. You're not, but let's grant you that you are. It still doesn't make Islam true.
Yep.
Right? That's the reason why you need to go to that, because you need to distract. And it's very pathetic, honestly. It's very pathetic that you all need to distract as opposed to engage. Right? And 2026 is no better for you guys. You guys got beat down so bad on every topic last year that this year all you guys are doing is mass reporting, right? Trying to get people's lives restricted, trying to encourage each other not to go to each other's streams. But then when it's time for a debate, you have no problem using Duran Dorsey or God Logic for a platform because you guys know you will never stand a chance at getting those numbers. Do you understand how pathetic that is again? Israel, thank you for having me, brother. I got to drop down.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
But I appreciate you having me, man, and I look forward to being with you again, man. God bless.
Yeah, bro. Definitely soon, right? We'll chat soon anyway. God bless, bro.
God bless, brother.
All right. Milan, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. This is Islam, guys. They all turn around and say, we're crazy. We don't know what we're talking about. We read their sources. We read the Quran. We read the hadith. They can't do anything with it. So they resort to, if we can't destroy you in a debate, which we've got the truth. So they turn around and say, well, look, we're going to report you. We're going to mass report you. We're going to stop speaking to you. And we're going to call you a liar. Literally, which is even funny, right? I don't even like spend a lot of time showing the comments. But we'll literally be having conversations with these people. And there's people in the comments like religiously. They're lying. Don't talk to them. Stay away from them, etc. Like, why would they have to do this so habitually to say, well, look, stay away from these people? Why? Because they don't have answers. That they know they don't have answers which sound good, that sound reasonable. So this is how we get to people saying stuff like, oh, look, muta is a way to spread Islam. That's what they say. And when the guy was saying that, one of the things just kept ringing in my head is in Romans chapter 3, where Paul is talking about how the people that say, let's do evil so that good may come. That's what the guy was basically saying. Let's allow these evil deeds, these evil actions, so good can apparently come. And the Bible says, whose damnation is just. People, Isaiah said it this way, woe to those who call evil good and good evil, right? You can't see evil and say that it's good and think you're going to get something good out of it. Thank you, Fola. I appreciate that. If you listen to the Muslims, they'll tell you the complete opposite. Don't listen to this guy. He's a liar, blah, blah, blah. And imagine, they hate, like, what was I going to say? This is a religion where they hate their own sources when you put it in front of them. And I'm thinking to myself, like, they're eating themselves. They say they're something, but they're actually eating themselves at the same time. Like, I can't remember what you call that, but it's crazy. Guys, just for the record, listen, we live stream currently right now, Mondays and Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. UK. Wednesdays, we've been running what we call Women Wednesday, trying to shine more and more light to these women in Islam and to shine the light for Christian women who, for whatever reason, could ever be considering Islam, to know not to make the biggest mistake of your life. Mondays, we do different stuff, right? But This is a channel which helps you as Christians defend your faith against different attacks. So if you like what you've seen here today, definitely hit the like button if you haven't already, if you forgot for some reason, and definitely follow, subscribe, and you'll get notified when we go live. And I didn't have to get my miswak off my bookshelf today to beat any of these Muslims lightly. But guys, definitely hit the like button like you fear disobedience from it. Like you got your miswak in hand and you're telling that like button to behave. All right, guys, and it's interesting. We I don't know how many people we spoke to today, but all right, look, it looks like it's a wrap, man. We didn't even get into what I really wanted to talk about today. Not really. All right. The Muslims didn't want to engage for some reason today. They were so afraid. And as you saw when we spoke to some Muslims, we saw what happened. The moment you start speaking about what their sources say, you start to see instantly why Islam could never honor women more than Christianity. And all they can do is insult you and report your live stream and all of that stuff, but they can't defeat you. They can't defeat the truth. All they want you to do is to be afraid to not say anything. They don't want these Muslim women to know this stuff. They don't want Christian women to know this stuff. They want you to come into Islam and think, oh yeah, it's rosy, everything's nice. And when you're in, they want to trap you. So much so to the point you have women. This is what mind boggles me, guys. Women trying to justify muta. That's what Islam can do to you. All right, guys, like it, subscribe. I'm going to see you guys by the grace of God. If not before then, Monday, we'll be back. We're going to do another Hebrew Israelite stream. And the crazy thing about this is, right, every time I finish a Hebrew Israelite stream, I walk away from that stream thinking to myself, these guys are the worst. Then I do an Islam stream. And I say to myself, no, these guys are the worst. I think you can't get worse than a Hebrew Israelite. Then you speak to a Muslim and you're like, no, you can't get worse than a Muslim. But what you have to remember, guys, is the same spirit which is working in all of these people. The same Antichrist spirit. All of these people hate Christ. They hate the true Christ. All of them. It's just a different stroke. It's a different version of the same thing. Antichrist. So it doesn't matter who it is. You speak to them long enough and you're going to start to see they're all the same. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They all hate Jesus. They all hate the Bible. And they're demonic in their own way, shape, or form. So I thank you all, guys, who tuned in today. Thank you for the mods who held it down, managed the chat, and made sure that there wasn't anything crazy going on in the chat. Thank you all who tuned in. A special thank you again to Brother Maverick, who joined me today for most of the live stream. Thank you as well to Jay, who came up with some receipts to just reveal some shocking stuff which most people don't even know. And all of you guys who are commenting, sending in likes, sending in different gifts, I appreciate you to the max. It all helps. I pray God rewards you for your labor. And guys, I'll see you again by the grace of God on Monday, if not before then. All right. God bless, guys. And stay safe. Stay safe.